Episode 15, let's go. We got backroom people today. Our director is in Munich, Germany, and I know Grace is already.
Munich, huh?
Yes, sir.
Must be like 2:00 first. So
Let's go. Couple more minutes. People in the chat already. DJ JFP, how's it going? Sonic Boom. What about Mod? New House.
Hey, new house. What's up?
Just to promote early, I think New House and JFP will be our next guest. Yo. Jaybird on the chat, supporting Lily. Hey, Jaybird.
Hey, Jaybird. What's up?
welcome in.
We started?
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 15 of The Guys Next Door. We have a very special guest today. I know for a fact that Gus is excited. I'm excited. Everybody's excited. Our guest for today, and we're gonna introduce, let her in soon after we go to the segment. But I think everybody will really love, what we're gonna be talking about on this week's episode. So, welcome to episode 15 of The Guys Next Door. And here are your hosts, Mr. Coops here, Sound Decision, and Gus. Welcoming everybody for the first time viewers on the show. We do this every Monday at 8:30 p.m. where we review Twitch fam, NBHD fam, and even non-Twitch streamers. So if you want to guest on our show and talk about anything, we welcome you. This is really like just fun conversation of people, interesting topics. So let us know if you want to be guests on our show. So to start our show, how's it going, guys? How's your weekend? Sound Decisions and Gus, what's up? What have you been doing this past weekend?
What's up? Hello, guys. It's great to be here again. Mr. Coops, I noticed a new microphone. I think your voice has improved 10 notches
Wow.
in quality.
that's fun.
Yeah. I don't know if it
So,
improved, but yeah, trying a bit of an upgrade. See, and we've been doing it 15 weeks, so I think it's time to step up a little bit.
I think it's a great upgrade. I don't know if Boy G's here. Put it on the poll, Boy G, if you think Mr. Coop's voice improved due to the mic. No, we had a good weekend. I was with Gus Saturday for a photo gig. We had to set up a box hedge backdrop for photography, and it was a challenging surgical and fine hand work that we had to do, but we did it. It was all fun. It was just work over the weekend. Nothing special. A lot of watching soccer over the weekend. So that was fun.
Nice, nice. So Hedgehog, that's a backdrop for what is this? Is this an event that you guys have done over the weekend?
Yeah, it's a fundraising event for one of the schools in town, and we usually take red carpet portrait style
Nice.
photos of people
Mm-hmm.
coming in as guests, and then at the end of the night they get prints of their photos. So it's all a two-person, three-person job. We have to outsource the printing, and this year it went smooth. We got the prints. The guests were happy. A lot of alcohol was involved over the night, and I think one of the guests almost fell back towards the box hedge backdrop.
You always ruin your day's work.
Yeah, good thing that
Yeah.
thing did
Yeah.
not collapse, because backdrop was a really expensive painting. So
Wow.
Oh,
no
really?
damage, no
I didn't
damage.
know that. Yeah. Yeah.
So Gus, I'm surprised you didn't DJ for this event. Usually you do a lot of these DJ this event in your town.
Local events,
No,
yeah.
it's been a while already since I DJed that event. I think I DJed it twice, but that's about it. But with regards to the backdraft, I guess plug to make what's that? Maker pipe, right? So if you want to make your own backdraft, yeah, you have to use those. Is it Maker pipe, Mister
Yeah, it's
Coops?
maker
What's the
pipes. Yeah,
yeah
yeah,
Maker
it's
pipe?
maker
Yeah.
pipes. It's not your PVC. It's not your
EMT
metal tip. Yeah,
three
yeah,
fourth
yeah.
inch pipe. They're light.
Actually,
Yeah, they're light and easy to work with. Like I
Mm-hmm.
think.
do you guys know that there's a lot of like artists or sculptor actually use those pipes to make anything because they're so light. And then I
Oh,
think that there's website right now you can do all the connectors, so you can
Yeah.
pretty
wow.
much model anything. So those are great. I
Who
mean,
would have thought?
I was
Yeah.
supposed to do that on my uh cage for my golf simulator, but it's too
Uh-huh.
light. I went to a heavier one, but they're awesome. They're great if you want to do just backdrops for DJs or whatnot. That's great that you guys did that. Me, nothing really fun, but I went food tripping. So I saw this one restaurant on Instagram that just opened an hour. It's close to me. There used to be a food truck, but they offer a Vietnamese and birria combo. So it's called the pho birria. So it's a birria taco, but instead of dipping it on the usual sauce, you dip it in pho. Let me show you a clip. Okay. So before I show where I made a mess, but that's what it is. So I mean, good enough for like a snack, maybe
Uh-huh.
dinner, but it just opened and there's the long line to do because I think right now because of Instagram, all of this marketing for this type of restaurant, local restaurants are being put out there. So I saw that and I have to try it out.
Does it not make it soggy when you dip it in?
No, no, I
Is it
think that
corn or?
it's a corn tortilla, right? And
Mhm.
then you really have to eat it when it comes to the table because at that point, when you dip it in the pho, you can
Mm.
really taste it. So it's
Mm.
good. So
Hmm.
Okay.
that's really what we've done this week for the guys next door. Now we go to Sunday where we are gonna be reviewing the neighborhood rate train. So I will show the flyer for this Sunday's train just to let you see that. Hold on a sec. Let me find that flyer. This is the flyer for NBHD. As you know, we are now 90 minutes, 9 DJs instead of 14, bringing the vibe. So we got a lot of newcomers. I know Newhouse is on the chat. Newhouse started with a vibe, went to Tacosaurus Mac, Heather Effie, Funky Vibes, Househead Speaks, Dart Dave, DJ Sonic Boom,
The
Bex
hottest
from
DJ in the world.
Chicago. Hottest DJ in the world. Hottest meaning sexy, right?
Yes.
Bex from Chicago and DJ Ryan Mills. Like always, if you want to go and play on our NBHD rate train, let us know. Just FYI, it used to be NBHD H to H rate train, where we only play house music. NBHD rate train right now, you can play any genre that you want, 90 minutes, and you can do all the vibes that you want. You guys have seen, have you seen any of the streamers on Sunday?
I saw Sonic Boom. I saw Bex from Chicago set. A little bit of funky vibes as usual.
Yeah.
So not a lot, but obviously they're all always bringing the vibe. Sonic Boom, thanks for coming in again. I'm sure you're loving the 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Hey, DJ Elms just commented, finally more than 60 minutes.
Well, Newhouse loved it too. Like I think 90 minutes is the sweet spot. I know we
Yeah.
talked about this on our fourth or third episode, wherein it's a toss up between 2 hours and 1 hour. Both has pros and cons, but I think we met in the middle. 90 minutes is a sweet spot. I'm glad that we went to that, and hopefully, we can make it longer. But right now, I think this is the perfect lineup of DJs. 9 DJs for Sunday.
Awesome.
All right. So that is for what's happening on NBHC Rate Train. But now let's not, let's just go ahead and introduce our guest for this week. You know her for her amazing stream. She danced a lot, very friendly on the neighborhood crew. I know she's the first one actually we asked when we did an event to play for us. And this is not on Twitch. So somebody that that we could stream said that she can play for an event that we all did back in 2 years ago.
Mhm.
She's an NBHD fam. We love her. She's from Las Vegas. Without further ado, let us put her on the stage. The one and only Lily C. Rose. Hello, Lily.
Hi, thank you for having me.
How are you doing? Oh, well,
Good, thank
thank
you.
you for guesting on our show. I know Gus reached out to you a few weeks ago, and when you said yes, we were ecstatic. Oh, we have to prepare
Yeah.
for Lily, and make sure also that Gus is on his best behavior for this show because you're here. But thank you again, Lily. I know we talked before the show started. How's it going right now? I heard you're tired over the gigs on the weekend. How are you doing?
I'm good. Usually, like I had been working Mondays at Virgin, and I think I'm actually going to work Wednesday. So that's why, for some weird reason, my Monday was really weird. But I'm off this one, which is great. And I worked Friday at Excalibur, the casino floor, which is something that is new to me, and it's hard to explain to people. But Las Vegas, obviously, casino floor, it makes sense, but you're so accessible to people. So you feel like people literally will come up to me and just be like, "Oh, I used to be a DJ," and just start smoking and talking. I'm like, "Oh, I'm trying to do my job." So that's
Yeah.
exhausting more in a way where it's like you feel like people are always like coming up to you. So that was Friday at Excalibur at a place called Center Bar. Friday, no, that was Friday. Saturday, I worked at Tao Lounge, which I absolutely love. It's a 5 hour set. Really fun, really nice environment. And then last night was my debut by myself at Foundation Room. And that was really fun. It was just challenging because I have two computers and I had to use my new one that has nothing organized. But it went really well. And if you guys haven't been to Foundation Room, it's absolutely gorgeous. So I was
Yep.
honored to be able to play there. But yeah, I'm so exhausted right now. My mom's in town. She's amazing. And she watched Poopy. You guys know Poopy. And
Yes.
Mm.
we're trying to squeeze in like dinner or, we had breakfast. So it's been a very tiring week, but a lot in, a small amount of time.
Well, that's really some of Vegas for us, like for people who
Yeah.
visit Vegas, right? We go there, we don't live there, but in like the next like 3 days, it's there a week. You're just gonna jam pack all this, and we feel like even with the has vibrance the city, it's really a lot, right?
And there were so many people in town. Like DJ McFly was in town. He came to support my gig. DJ Showboat was having an event, and like one of my moderators, Chills and C Rosales, were in town, and DJ
Wow.
Vance Dell from like Prodigy's crew, my cousin. Like there was just so many people in town that you're always like, I hope I can catch you on the next one. Like I understand now because I'm not originally from Vegas. I'm from San Diego, but
Yeah.
since I've lived in Vegas, now I feel like I understand when people come to town. It's not that easy to be like, oh yeah, I'll come meet up with you. Like you wish you could, but you spread yourself so thin because time just it flies by. Like you go to sleep at 4 in the morning and then you have to be at work leaving ready to go looking cute by like 6 p.m. It's like the turnover is so quick and you have to be alive and alert because you're the one bringing the energy to the table.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So
But it was a
when
great
somebody
look though.
but when somebody texts you, I want to see, like, especially Twitch fam. I mean, do you always say yes, or do you just pick and choose?
I make my best effort to say yes because I just feel like I don't know. I mean, if I was in somebody else, I get it. Like, not people don't come here that often, so I always try to say yes. But I do also try to be realistic and be like, or give suggestions. Like, even if I can't see you, can I guide you in the right direction of something that you want to do?
Yep.
Or do you guys want to come see me? But it's like, it doesn't always happen. But I do make an effort, and I feel like I only try to keep my circle with really good people that I would say yes to. Like I really wouldn't give my number or contact to someone that I wouldn't want to meet.
I hope when we go, me, Gus, and Sound Decision, you're gonna, we're gonna book you a 6 months ahead, so we're coming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
holler,
Yeah,
holler
yeah.
when you're in town.
We gotta go to dinner at some point.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we've been inviting her to all of our NBHD gigs.
Gigs. Yeah.
Lily, thanks for one of the biggest ones you did for us. We owe you a big time. Was the prom where you played a set.
That was
for
fun.
context, for context, the prom, we stupid me and Ivan decided to have two dance floors, and like a crazy idea of having two dance floors, but we didn't have enough DJs, and we had invited Lily to play Twitch set, which we broadcasted over a TV in one of the dance floors. So thank you for doing that. It was a great experience for the high schoolers to do that. So the list is here, like Foundation Room at Mandalay Bay. You got Tao, you got Virgin Hotel, you got Fountain Blue. What? It's definitely you're not playing the same thing in all of these venues. You're changing it up, especially Casino Floor. That must be a different sort of beast.
Oh yeah.
So how close are they? When they're like you're talking like boiler room close, like people standing
Oh,
next to
people?
Casino.
Oh
the
man.
casino.
Okay, so when I play at Virgin was the first casino floor I ever played, and that was really fun because it was F1 and they had a little cart made and they still have it there. So that little
Right.
cart broadcast throughout the whole hotel. And Virgin Hotel is the former Hard Rock Hotel.
Yep.
For reference, if anyone knows, it's not a very big hotel, but it's still you're broadcasting to the whole thing. And that one is fun because I'm not accessible. I'm up on a cart. But Excalibur and Luxor, their center bars are the other two ones that I do. And literally, you're just like here, like people like on this Friday, there was one guy talking to me, and I swear he smelled like pee. Like I felt like he was peeing himself, and it was so disgusting. And then this other guy came around and was like behind me and trying to talk to me, and they're both talking. And I got to the point where I was like, you know what, guys, you got to get out of here because I have to do my work. Like I'm never rude like that, and I don't even think that was rude, but I was so annoyed at that point because like when I play at Luxor, same thing. Like so, it's a nice bar, but it's like right in the corner, and I think Luxor has a much nice, they both have a pretty nice setup, to be honest. Even though Luxor and Excalibur aren't necessarily the nicest hotels, they have really nice setups at their bars because they're nice center bars. And then people just get really like those crowds are a lot more ratchet, and so they just
Wow.
start coming up to you. Like I remember last week I was so annoyed because this guy kept smoking a cigarette, And he was like, "Oh, I used to be a DJ 20 years ago." And it's like, I'm not a therapist. I'm a DJ. It's exhausting, like, mentally, because you're like trying to be nice and like, yeah, okay. But then you're like, I don't know, I'm trying to read the crowd and play things, and you
Uh-huh.
switch it up.
Yeah.
Like, I love house music, but I really don't even get to play a lot of house music at my gigs. I
Mm.
dominantly play at the casino floors. It's a lot of like, oh my god, people love freestyle. You throw in that old school, they
Yeah,
love the
really?
90s hip hop. Yeah, people love the nostalgic music. Um, I definitely get booked a lot because I'm Latin and people like
Yeah.
Latin music. That's given
Mm.
me a lot of opportunity, but I would say casino floors. Oh, I get to play disco,
Oh, that's
disco,
probably
and
fun. Yeah.
yeah, it's so fun because it's like one thing I always like to do is play like Mace, "Feels So Good," and then
Yeah.
you hear that little sound in the background reminds me of Staying Alive, and then I'll throw
Right.
Staying Alive in there, and then people will be like, "Oh, I know this track." So it is really fun, but it's not fun having people in your face the whole night
Mm.
smoking.
And
Like, I had a huge headache last week after that gig. I was like, "Oh, I hate these." But
just keeping probably a straight face, like, just you don't want to look annoyed, but at the same time you are annoyed and get the hell out of here, right? So,
yeah, and
so the,
usually, like, security tends to be better, but I feel like the last 2 gigs there, security has been, like, nowhere to be found, and I kinda
Oh.
have to, like, fend for myself there, but hopefully it gets better. I feel like the Excalibur one, I'm gonna try to decline because it starts going till 3 AM now, and I'm
Mm.
just like, "No, I don't think a girl should be out at 3 AM walking by themselves at Excalibur," and yeah, I'm kind of in a transition of trying to get my little business cards made and, like, do my own thing instead of I don't know, I guess, like, for the most part, I've kinda let things kind of come to me, and I pick and choose, but I think it's time for me to take responsibility and start going out for the things that I want a little bit more.
I love that you are considering saying no to some of these gigs because obviously quality is very important, and
Yeah, I
obviously
already said
you're
no to those for next month. I was like,
yeah,
"I'm good."
and you don't want to you don't want to burn yourself out.
Yeah.
As you said, you're not even able to play house music at some of these gigs. Um, but I think you're doing the right things. I mean, you're working it. Eventually, uh, something's gonna come there for you. But I'm not knocking on these casino floor gigs. They're typically Vegas. You're there to make people happy. You're there to keep
Mm.
them on their seats
Yeah,
and try to tap their toes, really. So
exactly.
yeah, congrats to you for that. That's you have an outdoor gigs too in the summer. Do you have pool gigs
Yeah.
too?
I feel
Okay,
like I did a lot
that'll be
more,
fun.
not last year, but the year prior. Actually,
okay.
I opened a Zillow pool at the Sahara. I was playing at Alexandra Pool. I don't think they have it anymore, but when they opened a Zillow in 2021, I think. Actually, okay, so that was the first year I started getting booked was 2021 because I learned how to DJ during quarantine and I dropped
Mm.
some mixes and then right out of quarantine, April 2021, I got my first gig. And that same September, I was like on a billboard at Sahara and I opened up that pool. So that was my first pool gig with Sahara. And then I played at Wet 21 at Strat and I didn't do too many pool gigs the following year. I feel like those are a little rough. It just again, pick and choose. Like I've been offered like Sapphire, for example, like the strip club pool. Like I won't do that. And that's
Mm,
just me because that's my
understandable.
integrity as
Yeah.
I'm not trying to knock it, but it's
Mhm.
Yeah,
not the image that I
it's not.
want and it's not the
No.
environment that I want to be in. So with the pools, it's hot and it's pretty killer, but yeah, I didn't really do many pools last
Middle of
year.
summer, that's super hot. Yeah.
So
Yeah, actually last year was a little tough, but this year I'm hoping to get to go to like Thailand or Bali this summer. I kind of my birthday's
Bali,
in July, so I want to take
There you
some
go.
time off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bali, you have to
That
go to
would be
Bali.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you said you started DJing in 21. So before DJing, what are you? You're in Vegas. What do you do as a career?
I literally moved to Vegas 2 weeks before the pandemic.
Mm.
So it was honestly, it was like faith or it had to be because if I hadn't moved, I don't think I would have gotten into DJing and I don't think I would have been able to grow the way that I did, because that's kind of what helped me out, was people like, oh, she's
Yeah.
a Vegas DJ. And it's like, well, now I am. But
Right.
I'm actually originally from San Diego. I went to Arizona State University. So I also lived in Phoenix, Arizona. And
Mhm.
prior to moving here, I was actually managing a med spa. So I do have an esthetician license. I studied aesthetics, and I also studied nutrition, but I didn't really work with anything with nutrition. And I graduated from ASU with a communications degree. And I
Right.
worked a little bit more in like hotels, marketing. I mean, I did go-go dancing since 2007 on and off. So it's like I always had go-go dancing in the background. I went hard. Like I started in '07, took a little break, went back like hard 2012, took a little break, went really hard in like 2015 to 2019. That's when I
Mhm.
got to do EDC. I was literally working full
Wow.
time as a go-go dancer. Yeah, I was literally dancing 5 nights a week. It was insane. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday,
Wow.
Saturday, Sunday.
How
And and I was already 30 at that time.
EDC though.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
EDC
what
was fun.
that's
Yeah.
that, yeah, dancing on EDC, that's concept moving. So any
Yeah.
stories you want to tell us when you were doing that, the dancing on EDC, that that our
I did it
viewers
with
will
a
be
cracked
interested in?
ankle, actually. I was on crutches the day prior to that.
Yeah.
And yeah, so my girls from the dance team that I was on, it was Alexis, Veronica, and Sharon. And the four of us went out to audition in LA, and we all made it. And then we drove out together. Well, I drove out with Alexis. Them two were already here. And then we, like, my friend Sharon and I were casted for the same thing all 3 days in a row. So it was really cool because I had a friend with me the whole time. And then at the end, we all like regrouped, and we got to ride like the little Ferris wheel, because you
Right.
get, as like a cast member artist, you get to like go to the front of the line to all the different rides. But that was really fun. It was just really crazy because I still have a messed up ankle to this day because I didn't let it heal. I cracked it, like, I was on this what is it? Like a playground, and I was with
Yeah.
my ex-boyfriend at the time, and we were like fighting. So I was like drinking, and when I like let go of the little monkey bar at nighttime, there was a slope, and I landed on it, and I just
Oh,
my ankle. It was so
no.
bad. I couldn't even walk. And then yeah, I was on crutches the night before we went to dinner, and then I toughed it out. I almost didn't make it. The last day, they made us wear these character shoes, because like you're not just dancing the whole time, you're like a character. So they give you your assignment and you walk around and you have to stay in that character. People want to come up to you. You can't talk to anyone. We got to do main stage, I think twice. There's actually have photos of us at main stage, and the makeup is so crazy and eccentric. You have wigs, makeup, big costumes, and you're just like walking around the whole time. And then we go to different stages depending on your character, and you get to dance at those stages. It was so fun. I loved it so much. But I remember, like, at this point I'm already like 30 years old in 2017. And like I remember Tiesto being like right in front of the stage, and me sitting there and being like, man, like hopefully someday I get to do something. I wasn't a DJ yet, but I always wanted to learn how to DJ. So I think that was kind of like the last round of me. That was like the height of my go-go career, was getting to do EDC. And then I did like
That's
Base
awesome.
Rush and
Yeah.
Halloween Festival, Escape from Wonderland. So it was
yes.
cool because I was on Insomniac's roster at that point. So I got to do a couple more like Insomniac things too.
So
That was fun.
So,
you must have watched a lot of the big DJ names. And
right.
that's also peak, that's like peak EDM time,
EDM.
sort of, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Yes.
actually didn't go to my first festival until 2012 was my first festival. And it was the peak of everything, I feel like. Oh, my feet
Yeah,
fell
it
asleep.
was. Yeah.
Sorry. My foot fell asleep.
So, dancing in festival and becoming a successful lady DJ in Vegas, how does that transpire? I know you moved to Vegas, and there might be a story behind that, how you really transitioned from being a dancer to being a DJ.
Honestly, it was all COVID. I think like I always had the desire to want to DJ.
Yeah.
When I went to my first festival, I was obsessed with like wanting to be one of those girls that was dancing. But
Yeah.
as time goes by, like I think dancing was a thing I always loved. But you know, as you get a little bit older, I was like, I can't be a go-go dancer forever. And so I had an interest in DJing, and I bought equipment in like 2014, and I used to go to a bunch of festivals and like do acid and be like, "Oh my god, I'm doing research. I have to go to these festivals. It's research. It's inspiring me." And then I was
Yeah.
really disappointed because I never picked it up. I signed up for a course, but I was dancing so much that it was too tiring to like try to go to school and do all that at the same time. And then a couple years went by. I still had interest in 2019. So this is pretty funny, but the guy that's my boyfriend now, Taylor, and that took a while, but he was my friend and he was a DJ and he directed me in the right direction. Like, hey, you should get this kind of controller. Cause I got one of my friends, Randy, gave me a little controller and I was like trying to learn on Record Box. And then Taylor was like, oh, I use XDJ. Like, you should get one of these. So when COVID hit, so I moved to Vegas because I had another ex boyfriend named Mike. And I was kind of like, oh, like, what I graduated from esthetician school. The management thing's cool, but maybe I'll go to Vegas and be an esthetician. I just felt like I needed a change. I needed to get out of the city I was in. And when I came here, COVID hit 2 weeks right after. So I
Wow.
ended
Okay.
up getting that check from the government and buying an XDJ with it. And then I spent just going on YouTube, a Phil Harris course, and I just taught myself how to DJ. But because I was dating him at the time, he'd make fun of me and he'd be like, "Are you just sitting around listening to music all day?" And I'm like, "How else am I supposed to become a DJ,
Yeah.
idiot?"
So
Yeah.
did you learn about Twitch back then, or you DJ'd somewhere before you jump on Twitch?
So that's the thing is I didn't even know about Twitch until Taylor
Yeah.
told because Taylor was my friend. I had another boyfriend, but Taylor was my friend at the time. And he was gonna get on Twitch and he knew that I bought an XDJ and he did a Twitch set and I remember like nobody was there except like his nana. And I was like, oh, like this is
That's
boring. This is dumb. Yeah, so I just never thought about it. But then I remember like when I look at my posts, so nowadays it's really funny because I just stopped saying it, but I used to be like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna get on TikTok." I never really even got on TikTok, but
Uh,
back in the day, I used to be like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna get on Twitch," and people started following me on Twitch, but I never got on Twitch. And then it wasn't until October 2021 that somebody invited me to their channel and then I started getting like followers from that. So I ended up getting COVID and I went to Arizona. My friend Brandon actually he's a DJ but he's a gamer and he doesn't
Mm.
DJ on Twitch. He just games and him and I met up for lunch and we started talking and he's like, "Yeah, you should get on Twitch. You'll do good." So he helped me put together the computer on a website and then we put it in a little cart and when I went home I purchased the computer and the computer got delivered one day before I got COVID. And so I set up the computer and I actually used to watch Aisha on Twitch all the time when I had COVID, and I used to get really inspired watching her. I don't know, she doesn't DJ on Twitch as much anymore, but she's this Canadian girl that I absolutely love because I didn't like any of the like American DJs that I was coming across because I just felt like everyone was playing. I don't know, nobody entertained me. I really liked the Canadian girls that played house music. And so I
Yeah.
really loved watching her and this other girl that's out in Bali. And then when I jumped on, I was just lucky enough to network and start building a community from there. So it was just all kind of like history after that. It's like I was on one person's channel and but there was people that followed me from Instagram like DJ
Right.
Prodigy. DJ Prodigy introduced me to his community, and his community is like one of my backbones.
mm.
I met you guys. I met I don't know, there was just like different communities that would start inviting me to raids and I couldn't say no. I didn't have anything else going on. I wasn't DJing. Well, no, I was DJing, but I wasn't DJing as much as I'm DJing now because I was still very new. So it was all just kind of like by accident, I guess. It just kind of happened. It wasn't like anything that I had a
That's
plan to do. I was just like, "Okay, I'll just jump on," and it was fun. I loved it.
Do you remember how we got introduced to NBHD? I'm pretty sure it's either Boy G or Grace. So usually they're the one who actually connect us with all these streamers. Do you remember how you met us by any chance, or just through?
I do remember Sound Decisions reaching out to me early on about the prom thing, because
Mhm.
at that point, I started the end of January was my
Yep.
first set, but then I went out of town, and when I came back, I had already made Affiliate in February, and the prom thing I think was like April or May.
Yeah,
So
it's
it would
like
have been,
May.
Yeah,
Yep.
yep.
May.
yeah. So
Yeah, yeah.
I hadn't been on that long, but
Wow.
yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think. I think like maybe DJ Federico or there's another DJ, Frank Amato. I feel like I came
Rakamoto.
across them at some point.
Yep.
Maybe Solar Live. I don't know. Like I feel like I came across them at some point, and then I got in touch with Sound Decisions. Um and then Grace. So I remember like they're kind of like some of the people. I don't I feel like those two names stand out to me, Federico
Yeah.
and Frank Amato, because I remember talking to them at one point, and then I didn't really know what I was doing, but I remember the prom thing came up and I was like, sure, I'll do it. And I still remember the dress I wore and everything. I was
Yes,
like
you were wearing the
Googling.
dress.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
wearing a dress and I remember Googling like what are like the hottest songs that people like now in high school.
Oh,
Wow.
they
That
love
was
it.
a
That's tough.
yeah,
Yeah,
She did her
that's
homework. Wow, that's
Yeah,
I
amazing.
yeah.
did. Cause
I,
like
I
everything
remember when Lily mentioned like timber. Someone's requesting timber. Like
yeah, you guys sent us the stuff. That was so
yeah.
cool.
Oh yeah.
But I get it now. It's because like I still consider myself a new DJ, but I
uh,
feel like in the last year I've become a little bit more exposed to things that took me out of my comfort zone, and because I felt like I did well with that, now I look back like I headlined Lex nightclub in 2022, and I look back at that and I'm like, how the hell did I even
Well,
do that? I was not the right fit for them. Like they played Bay Area and hip hop. This is my favorite story when they're like, "Hey, it's that guy's birthday." And I'm like, "Happy birthday." I'm like, "You don't do that at a club." You're like, "Oh, we got a birthday in the house." And I'm like,
yeah.
"Happy birthday." It was so bad.
well,
But yeah, I
you obviously blew up on Twitch, right? Really fast, right? So I know you started. You said January, and you were actually applying for a partner even before the summer, right? Because I
yeah, I
remember,
unlocked it in May.
yeah, unlocking in May. That's fast. And then I know, listening to some of your show when you were doing the whole like partner application, there were times you were frustrated about the whole process. It sucked. Why you're doing this? What is tell us a story. What was that like? I mean, obviously none of us know about that because we haven't applied for partner, but
Yeah.
I know you were kind of frustrated, and tell us the story about that.
Well, it was weird because like my dad passed that day that I was at Lex nightclub, like literally right after my gig. So like no, like not a lot of people really knew I had this whole other big challenge going on in my life because I'm not very verbal about my personal life. So I think that that was a big thing in my life that was it was frustrating, but it was also like um I don't know how to explain it. It was I told him that I was going to unlock it because people kept talking about it and I didn't even know what it was. I didn't even like it was nothing like I didn't think about it. But then when it did happen, I didn't apply for a whole month because I had to go out of town. I had to be with my mom and I wasn't reaching my hours because I just couldn't and I didn't want to really stream that much. But I still stuck with it. And I remember in July, I kind of started doing like I did a couple raid trains that I hosted myself. And then yeah, I applied in July. I think July 5th was the day, July 4th or July 5th was the day that I actually did apply. And I got accepted in September. So they just wouldn't get back to me. Like they just had me waiting. And a lot of people were like, yeah, that started happening like at a certain point. They like I think DJ Controversial hit me up and told me he had to wait a couple months. D1 Drew had to wait a couple months. So it was just like a shot in the dark. Like I didn't hear back from
Right.
anything. But I kind of like it was funny because like when I got to the point that I stopped caring and I was like, oh my God, I don't care anymore. Like I'm tired of being stressed out. And then I got accepted like that night. And I was
Yeah,
like, of
and
course, that always happens when you stop caring.
I think a lot of people are also complaining about the whole application process, right? To your point, it's hit or miss. People right now, I think this time of the year are getting accepted real quick, but back in the day, back about 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, it's hit or miss. People are complaining. There are people
Yeah.
who actually I know that applied should have been partner already, but they were rejected. So, and to your point, some of these people actually, when they stop like thinking about it or caring, that's where really it
Yeah.
happens.
Because I think,
And
like,
I
at the end of the day, to me personally, it's cool that I got it, but like, I don't like, even now, I don't stream as much as I want to. I think it's more important that you enjoy it and you love doing it, whether you have the check mark or not. I think that that was just lucky for me. Like, it just happened to have like, but I never had the intention of wanting that, and I never had the desire of wanting it. I didn't even know what it was. It's like the Garden of Eden. When you don't know anything, it doesn't matter. But then when
right.
people start pressuring you and you start feeling like eyes are on you and people are like making it a big deal, that's when you're like, "Oh my god, like now all eyes are like you start feeling more anxious about it." So, I yeah, I think that it's one of those things that it shouldn't matter. What matters more is that you just enjoy what you do instead.
Uh,
'Cause it
that's
sucks the fun out of it when you're looking at your
100%.
numbers and you're stressed out, like, that's not
Mm.
cool.
100%. It's been proven from a lot of our guests, right? We guys at Mike Freak, Vernimal, we all ask about being a partner. Of course, everybody has that aspiration, but I think to your point, when you take the fun out of it, that's
Mhm,
really when you get stressed out. As long as it's fun, everybody's saying don't look at the numbers. It's more about
mhm.
going to your community, having fun with them, chatting with people, seeing people that you know. I think that's what's important, at least on streaming on Twitch, right?
I always think sometimes, I'm like, I swear one day I'm gonna wake up and my check mark's gonna be gone because I just feel like I didn't really like, to this day, I'm 2 years into streaming and I still don't have a set schedule. Like, I get very disappointed with myself sometimes because I don't commit as much as I should to streaming. I only kind of jump on raids here and there, but at the same time, I have to be gentle with myself because I get burnt out too, and it's really hard to, like, wanna jump on camera and play music when you're playing music, like, 3, 4, 5 days a week sometimes, you know? Like, you just wanna relax, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get better at it. I took less gigs in March, so I'm gonna try to be a little more consistent, and I say that every month, I'm gonna be more consistent next month, but I also had a back injury, like, there's just a lot of things that happen, and I think that I get disappointed because I feel like I should show up a little bit more for my community, but then I'm also like, well, when I make it and people show up and I feel so honored and grateful for that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I sometimes I'm like, is it gonna get taken away? Because
No,
I'm just I'm not consistent. Like literally I'll stream like 9 hours in 1 month and you had to have 25 hours. So I think that maybe now they're a little more lenient because their competition with Kick probably.
I've been curious about that. I know Boy G also asked that. Can Twitch take away your partnership status? I know even partners from before when they were gamers that transitioned to be Twitch DJs. Their check mark is there. I don't think, and maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure if anybody in the chat knows or here. Did they even take that away once they gave it to you?
When I first saw the contract, they said that
Yeah.
they would, but to be honest, my numbers and everything has been low for like the last year and they didn't take it away.
I don't think
So,
the numbers matter, or how many times you stream. I think it's more of what are you putting out there? You used to be a
Mhm.
yeah.
DJ, now you're doing something else, and you're putting out crap. Then maybe they'll take it away, but I don't think they'll
Yeah.
take it away
I
just
don't
because
know.
you're not putting in the
I don't
hours.
think so because I've
Yeah.
seen other gamers like join Twitch 15 years ago, even more, that still
Oh,
have
and
the
they
check
still have
mark.
it?
Is
Yeah,
that
that's a
Nice.
check mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they got
Yeah.
this when they were gaming, and now they're in the communities. That's why I'm always like curious about it because the whole vetting process of it to apply as partner, it's so hard because I still think it's not the viewership. I think it's the number of hours is important. Once you hit that, I think viewership will follow. It's already hard, so once you don't get those metrics anymore, I don't think they're gonna take it away. But I might be wrong. But for me,
No,
just
I mean,
looking at
I
it,
would be an example of that because my metrics have been low for the last year. I honestly think that like after I got it, I kind of just like was focusing on the event that I had in January last year, but then after that event, I kind of just completely fell off Twitch for a while, and like I don't know. I just Jaybird
So,
knows. Jaybird knows how my
yeah.
schedule is. I used to stream like 2 to 3 times in one day. I used to stream like literally almost at least every other day, and like now it's like you catch me every once in a while. I streamed like 2, maybe 3 times this month, and
Yeah.
I'm not proud of that, but um I think
Is
that
it
just
because
goes
of a
to show
goal?
that my numbers are not there anymore because I haven't had the time to do that.
Yeah, but you're
Well,
in IRL a lot. Like,
right.
it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
to me that's
And you
the
don't
big
expect that.
yeah, that's the big thing that you have to take care of, not
Yeah,
stream.
I'll find balance eventually. Actually, Taylor is building me. So he's like a huge geek, and he's building me out this awesome stage. Because like the last time I played, I think I was on Hippame, and I actually danced for like the first time in a while because I had a really bad back injury. And like, you know what? It's getting better. It's my computer because I'm a computer DJ and I have two, and my 2011 is so heavy that when I carry it, I realize
Mhm.
that's what hurts my back really bad. And so it's hard to like want to dance when your body hurts. And I actually like danced and had so much fun on my last stream. And I had this awesome visual that kind of like 360'd around a little bit or like 180'd. And I loved it. And he's like a graphic designer. And I told him, and he's like, all right, send me the elements of the things you want. And he started building me out a stage. So I'm like super excited to get to play with that. And that kind of motivates me a lot to have someone that is like, pushing me a little bit more. And I think that I've been doing things on my own for a hot minute when it comes to my living situation. But now having someone physically that tries to help me a little bit, adding elements to my stream, like he helped put my wall together again. I've been saying I want to stream with no green screen and just like I have all like the lights that you have, Mr. Coops. I've been
Yeah.
I have lights like that. And I set it up, and then all my tiles fell on the floor. And I'd go in my room and I'm like, I don't even want to deal with this right now. And he came here and he put them all back up. And I'm like, oh, now that I'm looking at it, I have two controllers. Like I should be streaming more. So I think I'll find that balance now because I have somebody that's like helping me a little bit more. He doesn't live here, but he comes to visit a lot. And when he does, he's always like, "How can I help you?" Because he loves this stuff. He doesn't stream, but he wants to get back into streaming. So I think that he's a DJ as well. So I think that's gonna make it really fun for me for us to do like back to backs. And
Right.
I think I'll start streaming a lot more here soon. It's just I never realized because I hadn't lived on my own in a while. It is. I feel like I'm a single mom of a dog. I work hard so my dog can have a good life.
That's
Dogs are
awesome. Oh
yeah.
yeah,
That's
thank
that's
you.
heavy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you to Taylor for all the help you're doing for Lily. It kind of reminds me of Mr. Coops here.
Mhm.
Well, and big
Yeah.
shout out to Jaybird because Jaybird is the one that holds down my stream all the time. He's like my number one moderator. Like without him, I wouldn't be able to, Jaybird's always on top of everything. So big shout out to Jaybird too. Cause
Best mod,
I
Jaybird. Salute.
yeah, like
Best mod.
I I don't know how people communicate with their moderators because when I jumped on, I didn't even know you needed moderators. And I think I had like Kenny and Chills, but like a lot of my moderators don't really come into my channel much anymore. And I never really communicated with them because some people I know have like a group and they're like, hey guys, like I never took it serious. I was just like, see you when I see ya. And then but Jaybird like shows up without fail. So it's like, yeah, he's really helped me a lot and he's held it down for me. Moderators are so important. And I just never got in the habit of like I know some people would literally put their moderators in a group chat and be like, hey guys, we're going to be doing this, we're going to be doing I'm like,
Mhm.
thank you for just doing anything for me. That's so amazing. I appreciate you. Like I don't want to ask anything of anyone, but Jaybird always is there. So big shout out to him too.
We talk about this how great the mods are in one episode, and there's a back and forth about a question how you fire a moderator, how you get a new one. So it's really interesting, like the different stories how people think about their moderators. Some moderators get paid. I heard about that.
Oh
So
wow.
it's like, oh my god, like 'cause, Grace hasn't paid me, so I guess you did all the hard work.
Jaybir's waiting for payment now. He's gonna invoice me.
Yeah, well, not pay, but more of like it's like, oh, I'm gonna give you a gift card, something like that. Well, interesting enough, like yeah, I mean, because there are some streamers if their moderators actually failed to go multiple times already, they get dropped and they pick a new one. Like interesting enough, mods for other streamers are they're very important. I get that, but it's just like for me, I think the mod should be whatever you can do. Yeah, and wherever you're there, I think we're very thankful on all the mods. And shout out to all the mods in the chat.
I try
So
to send them like stuff for Christmas, just like random things for Christmas. Cause
Yeah.
like I would say like Kenny's my
yes,
moderator, but he kind of like pops in. Like, yeah, I've always like for my moderators, I've sent them like little things for Christmas. But yeah, nothing crazy. Just
Streamers, send your merch to your mods.
yeah,
yeah,
There you
exactly. I
go.
sent them.
There you go.
I think like, and to some of my VIPs, the first year that I streamed for Christmas. Well, okay, I said for Christmas, but it didn't arrive till like Valentine's Day. And I sent like mugs. I used to have mugs and hats and T-shirts, and I kind of just sent them like thank you cards. Like literally sent them Christmas cards in February, but it is what it is. It made it. Better late
oh
than
yeah, it's the
never.
thought that counts. Well, it's really interesting. You said you have a bad back, and when we see you on your show, you still dance. I mean, imagine if you don't have a bad back. What kind of dancing are we gonna see on your sets? Right?
She and an
That's always
athlete.
been the part that yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Uh,
love doing it. And not only that, but I have all this restriction because you're only in this little square. So it's not
Yeah.
like I can like woo, like hair flip and like dip it low and really get to go full blown. So I actually hope to get to do more dancing. I don't know. Again, Taylor's loves content creating. We're kind of like very opposite. Like he loves content creating and I hate it. But I feel like I remember Jaybird and I used to joke around. We're just like, oh, like a dancing DJ is like gold for TikTok. Like, why am I not doing this? And it's because I'm
right.
just not very big on like being on camera or creating content. That's just not me. But I feel like I will definitely start getting a little bit more creative in doing that. Because to be honest, dancing is my foundation for
Mhm.
everything. I love it. And now that I'm starting to feel a lot better, I want to start doing it a lot more. Because when I watched that video back, I was like, oh my God, that was so fun. Like, I think Jaybird knows. I was so excited and exhilarated. I hadn't felt like that in a while.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely want to start doing maybe like little dance videos or something. I want to start working a little bit more on social media stuff, probably in the next like 2-3 months. And I know I always say that, but I do have someone now that's willing to help me. And I think that that was a big missing piece. Like, I'm going to be one of those people that says I can do a lot alone, but it comes to a point where like sometimes you do need a little bit of help. I mean, look, you got 3 guys in one show.
This
Like
is all
sometimes
this
it's
yeah.
nice to have
Yeah.
someone
Yeah.
there to just help you a little bit, whether they hold the camera, whether they help edit, like whatever it is. Like I've never been one to ask for anything or ask for help.
Mhm.
And I think that I've learned now because he used to always be like, let me help you. I'm like, leave me alone. I'm good. Thank you. I've made it this far. And then I started realizing, like, you know what? It is really nice that someone is willing to help me. So I'm going to open myself up to that help. And that's been really humbling and nice for me because I've always been very like, I got this. And now I'm like, no, I could use a little helping hand. So
Well,
I look
we can
forward
always
to creating more. What's that?
Yeah, nowadays
we-
content creators, you need a team. Really, it doesn't matter
yeah.
what
Oh,
you build. I mean, this show alone, there's so many people that we need to thank to keep this running, and
yeah.
without the help, it's not gonna be like this. We won't reach the 15th episode, really.
Oh yeah, I
It's,
mean,
it's
and
a team effort.
yeah, it's it to Pat's point. When we first started this, we really don't know where we're headed. So it's like, okay, let's try it, and we're kind of just winging it. And yeah, to his point, 15 episode later, we're still here. But
Awesome.
please feel free to reach out to us. We can always help you. Like we can show you how Gus do his different angles on his camera, right? Just don't show the butt cam because Gus's
I
butt
love
cam
it.
it's famous. Everybody actually looks forward for that. So, but
It's awesome. Honestly, Gus is one of my favorite streamers. He is so fun to watch. He always plays great music, but the outfits, like, no.
yeah,
And not only that, but I love his emotes too. Love his emotes. Gus, you're a legend.
Thank
There you
you.
go. Yeah. He doesn't stream often, but now Lily said you should stream more often. And she's been busy
Oh,
also.
yeah.
I
Work.
always, yeah, I always thought that Gus just, are missing some new costume. That's why he doesn't want to stream because he actually used all the costume already. That's
I'll
probably he's
send you some of
waiting
my
for a new
stuff.
costume.
Nah,
I'll
you
send you
guys
some
should
Gogo stuff.
exchange costumes.
I
Yeah.
literally, when I went to my mom's house, aside from like this big box of CDs, I also have like an old go-go box. And because, go-go dancers go out in like pairs of 2 or 3. So I'll have pairs of 2 or 3. I have like an extra spiky bra if you want it, Gus.
Mm.
Spiky
He
bra.
will love that. I'll send you his address. We'll pay for
Yeah,
shipping. Don't worry.
Yeah, yeah.
honestly, I need to get rid of some of this stuff because like I don't need 2 of everything or 3 of everything. I got skirts, I got all kinds of stuff in
There
there.
you
Wigs.
go.
Oh,
He wants
yes, I
new
have
wigs.
like 3 wigs that I don't even want because I have like half a dozen that I do like, and then I have actually, it's on my Instagram story right now. Back in the day, I did this costume called Gothic Lolita, and it was a pink, a purple, and a turquoise wig, and me and my girlfriends are wearing it on my story. Exactly 9 years ago, I put that photo up. You can have those wigs. They're crazy. They're fun though.
Put it on the poll, Boy G on
There you go.
NBHD on Twitch. Do you want to see Gus wearing a spiky bra?
I
Yeah,
remember my favorite outfit. I think he kind of was like Chun-Li or something. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
from Street Fighter. Yeah.
Yeah, memorable.
Have
I
you,
remember that one.
have you seen the one that he dressed up as Ariel on Little Mermaid?
Oh my god, no! But I remember he had some
One
like
of his
tribal
emotes now. It's
outfit.
one of
That
his.
was fire. Yeah, it's an
Yeah, he was
emote now.
one of
Yeah,
his emotes right now. So yeah,
no,
Gus.
he's
I
got
mean,
awesome outfits. I remember one
yeah.
time he was wearing like a one piece and it looked like he was nude with like tribal. I don't know if you remember
Yeah.
that, but I was like, "Oh wow, epic!" That's like a
Well,
J Lo moment.
he's always nude, right? So some people are thinking, he wearing anything like, especially that new like camera when you're gonna see
It
his
goes up and
tushy,
down.
like,
The
goes up and
the
down.
bottom camera. Yeah. You know who the guys love that camera. It's not
Which is
the
weird.
women who love it. The guys love it. I wonder why.
Which, yeah, I don't know, which is weird because I don't know, maybe because you're wearing a wig and the guys love the tutu and that angle, but everybody loves it. Which is weird. The guys.
The
But
guys.
he
It's
has
the
this like
calves, you know.
what is it? Yeah, I've seen it and it cracks me up because it's like, hey, if you don't like this angle, if you don't like what you see on screen, you can change the
Yeah,
angle.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can tell I'm a fan of Gus. I like no.
Yes, I forgot about that. And you know that. You're definitely a fan.
Oh, I'll,
And
I'll
you
like message Jaybird when I'm getting ready for my stream. I always try to pop into Gus's and I'm like, Jaybird, check this out. This is so funny. It's
well,
awesome.
you've been a very good supporter of NBHD from the very start.
You
Mhm.
guys are
When
a
we
great
first
vibe.
yeah, when we first started, it was the OGs are Grace, Sound Decision, and Gus, and then we met you, and you always been supported on the three of them. So thank you so much for that. And
Absolutely.
and we love your set. We always try to see, especially you were sort of like in hiatus from last year, and then you came back. We always want to see, your streams. You always try to go there, and I think if I'm not mistaken, Grace, you're the first streamer who made Grace as a VIP. So we're very thankful for that.
Aw, I love Grace. She's so sweet. Yeah, no, you
Fun
guys are
fact.
all super awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
I always try to. I actually don't even have Twitch on my phone right now because, oh, here's a fun story. So last week, when my mom was not in town and I was completely by myself, Poopy got diarrhea on Friday,
Oh
Oh,
no.
and my phone was also broken at one point. So I was dealing with Poopy pooping blood because there was something wrong with his anal glands, and I
Mhm.
had to go to work. And there was like poop. Like I have a dog cam, and I'm at work, and I sent it to Jaybird. I screenshot it. I'm like, he pooped inside the playpen. Like I can see it right here. And my phone
ooh,
was also broken, so I had to take it to Apple, and they completely reset my whole phone. And I don't even have Twitch on my phone right now. But whenever I am on your guys' raid or whenever I see you guys on and I'm on randomly, I always try to pop in because I love house music. I love the music you guys play. Like it is about the vibe and the music for me. I don't go on as often anymore, but You guys make my day. And I always say Vernimal. Vernimal always makes my day too. There's
Oh,
just
the
certain
happy guy.
streamers that have this pizzazz about them that like even if you're having a grumpy day, if you put them on, it just makes your whole day. So
Yes,
you guys
it's,
have a really cool crew going and I love it and I'm grateful to be a part of it whenever I can.
Thank you.
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, Vernimal is the happiest guy on Twitch, you know him, right? So it's just
Love him.
yeah, he's always smiling, and when he actually guested on the show, he was great because you see more of his personality on the talk show because he talks a lot, and everybody loved that energy.
I have to watch it on YouTube. I was so bummed that I missed it. I have to watch it though.
So just everybody, all the shows, NBHD is NBHD on Twitch, is on YouTube for the guys next door. So put it on the chat. There you go. So if you want to see all the episode, please check the YouTube channel.
We're also
So
on
what-
Spotify podcast. So if you are driving and you need to pause the show and you want audio version, we're also on Spotify.
No,
Right,
that's
but-
awesome, guys. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
yeah, we're trying. It's really hard to put a lot of content, but I think it helps to have guests like you who always tell a story, right? You know, whether
Mhm.
it's from Twitch or from something else. I think that's what makes this show interesting. We can talk about anything. I'm not sure though why Gus is quiet today, Lily. Usually he really talks a lot. I don't know if it's because of you, Gus. You know, you've been very quiet
I know.
lately. I think is it something that is because of Lily?
He
No,
wants
it's
to talk
because
with
of
his
the
body.
mic. I know.
Oh.
No, it's because of the mic. It wasn't working, so I was like
He's
bummed
distracted by
out.
his
So
equipment.
yeah,
You also need a Taylor and a Jaybird to help you out, dude.
I know.
Sometimes it
I'll-
takes an army.
Yeah. So outside of your gigs and of course Twitch, any other things that you're into lately or you want to get into because you're definitely an overachiever, right? Everything you go into, it blows up, right? Anything outside, maybe related to music that you're interested in doing outside of of
Oh
your
yeah,
what you're doing right now.
100%. I want to learn how to scratch. I actually bought. There's a DJ on Twitch. His name is DJ Bizone, and I have
Okay.
his book on the floor right now. But I bought it because I love house, and I'm actually I've been saying, and I got Ableton and everything because I want to learn music production. And it's
Mhm.
been a little bit like the time hasn't been there for me to like really sit down and get into it. But like I said, March is going to slow down. It's just like Vegas had F1. Then we had, the holidays. Then we had Super Bowl. And February is
Nonstop.
wrapping up. My March is looking a lot more like organized. Like I really hadn't had a weekend off in Forevs. And so I want to work on music production. I want to learn how to scratch because I play a lot of hip hop and I feel like it's always fun. So I've been like trying to practice a little bit, but I do want to learn how to scratch. And I really I love nutrition and aesthetics, but I'd been talking to Taylor about us doing a little bit of like content creating together. So those are going to be my goals. I probably won't put anything out for like a good month or two, but he's going to be in town not this weekend but next weekend, and we're going to probably start coming up with like content ideas. So I want to start a page for Poopy. I am very passionate about like my dog's health.
What page? Yeah,
And
okay.
yeah. And so my old esthetician page might turn into the Poopy page. I'm not sure. I'm still thinking about it. His photo's already on there, but I've been looking into wanting to. So Taylor actually already kind of made a little label, but I've been wanting to have a specific product that caters to dogs' gut health because Poopy tends to have issues with his gut. And we're hoping that's the $1 million idea right there. And it's so cute. I came up with a name. He came up with like the logo and the label, and we're just going to do a little bit more research into how to make this product, and then we're probably going to dip into that. So yeah, anything that has to do with like nutrition and music production, are like my two big interests. But as far as like goals, content creating, music production, and scratching, those are my goals right now. We'll see. I feel like they're all very doable because they all kind of go full circle together. One is lifestyle, and then the other
Right.
one is like business. So it sounds like a lot, but they really go hand in hand together.
Absolutely. And like I mentioned, I think whatever you do, if you put your mind together and how you did it on Twitch, on any other career that you have on DJing, it actually blew up. So we're very excited about that. Oh, and then there's a one question I really want to ask you, and this has been going around, and I saw this. I think it was Lavon the Rocks. I don't know if you guys know her, follow her on Twitch. There were comments for lady streamers on Twitch that other male DJ are saying lady streamers or DJ on Twitch has an advantage because they can get more followers, viewer than the male just because they're female. What do you think about that? Do you think that's true, or it's just really, to your point, just content? What it is?
I think that it depends because, for example, somebody like DJ Icy Ice,
Yep.
always 100 plus. And that's
Yep.
because he's talented. That's because he has a large network outside of Twitch. Same thing with DJ Scene. I think that the DJ scene is more dominantly ran by men, not
It's
women.
yep. Yep.
And I think that, yeah, girls can be nice to look at, but looks only take you so far. If you don't have the personality, if you don't have the skill, then you're not fun to look at. Like DJ Grace is probably my favorite female DJ. Aisha, she doesn't really stream as much anymore, but I really liked her. And other than that, I think most of my favorite DJs are males, to be honest. And that's just my opinion. Is looks will only take you so far. If you're not skilled, if you're not entertaining to listen to, then I mean, I'm not even gonna say a name, but I know somebody that recently became a DJ, and I can't even listen to the things they talk about because they're so dumb. I'm like,
Right.
What are you even talking about? Like, this is so trashy, and it's just not. It's not cute. Sometimes girls think, oh, sex sells, and they take it too far, and it's not cute anymore. It's just very trashy. So I understand why people would say that, but I think that ICIs, DJ Scene, DJ Bizone, these guys that actually scratch and they're very talented, I think they're great. Look at Joe Ventura. Joe Ventura
Mm.
just blew up, and it's because
Yep.
he networked, because he supports others, and it's not like Joe's like, I mean, Joe's kind of funny because he's like no pants Friday, but it's not like he's out there like naked or with like, okay, I
Right.
wear a crop top. People will always be like, oh, well, you wear a crop top, and it's like that. I don't think that has anything to do with the viewership because my viewership will be much lower than someone that is a lot more talented than me. So I get where it comes from, but I think it's a person by person basis.
I agree with that.
Great answer.
Have,
Yeah.
have you ever got any like nasty comment, whispers, or whatever to some of the sets that you have done? Because there are really a lot that are out there.
Like
That's just
trolls
gonna
and
come.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
not really. I've been really lucky. I think that people see that I'm a nice person and they vibe with that. I don't try to be anything that I'm not, and I feel like that's maybe what helps me to not be in the. I mean, I feel like Jaybird being my moderator recently, maybe there was like one or two comments or something, but nothing has been there hasn't been any negative, like any hate or negativity towards what I do or who I am. And I think it's because when you come into my channel, you see I'm just a normal girl doing the best that I can to
Yes.
just acknowledge people and bring a good vibe. Like that's it. That nothing more than that. Just trying to make it a happy moment for everyone. And because I come from a good place, I think that people feel that. And I fortunately have not had anything negative like that happen or any comments that have been negative. Like it's all been really nice.
That's great because it's obviously, to your point, it's the persona, right? So when you see that
Mhm.
there's a positive energy coming from that person, that tends to attract other positive people. And to my question earlier, I think for people to say that female DJs only get attention because they're female, I don't think that's true. To your point, it's really content, talent,
Mm.
and everything else, right? Community that comes with it. And we all know that
Yeah.
Twitch, it's not just about just music. It's really the person behind it, the community supporting it, and also
Mhm.
supporting back, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Being mean to
Do you,
me is like being mean to a baby. Just kidding.
do you get distracted on the chat? Because sometimes that chat is just keeps firing, and then you feel like you have to answer everybody because you don't want them to feel that I miss them. How do you deal with that? Because sometimes your chat is just scrolls. You know what I'm saying?
I miss
She's
a lot.
pretty
I
good at it.
think learned to zone out sometimes. Like, it's because I don't have anything planned. I'm just kind of going off the fly. Like, what am I feeling? And then I'll kind of like dip back and look at something. But I miss a lot, but I do try to acknowledge it. But sometimes I just zone out because I'm like, I'm just trying to like, I try to acknowledge everyone. I do go back, but yeah, I think that it's just very well known that I'm not very good at the chat. I'm like, hey guys, if I missed you, what's up? I have a redemption that people can like
Yeah. Say hi.
vibe. Yeah, yeah. But I feel like I'm pretty good at catching the chat now. I used to be a lot worse at it because I had a really weird I had a dinosaur computer from like or a TV from 2009, and that used to be what I like. My set has changed so much, and now I have a little computer monitor that I look at, but I still miss a lot of stuff. And I think that a lot of it too is because I'm on raids a lot more. Like I'm on raids, so you have such a short amount of time to try to get attention.
Mhm.
But if I were to stream like a 3, 4, 5 hour set, I think that I would have more of a breather and I would be able to catch a vibe and just vibe out. So that's something I really want to do in the future is like just play sets that are like not on a raid, but just like me vibing to music for a couple hours. I mean, if I go do it live, I should be able to do it on Twitch. But sometimes I like wonder if I should do like a micless Monday so I could just vibe with everyone and not have to chat.
Mhm.
I don't know.
That's
I
good
saw
too.
Joe do
No,
something like
no mic.
that.
Yeah, no mic
That's
is actually
actually good too.
refreshing. Also, I know Gray started with no mic, but we transitioned to with mic. But it can be distracting. But also for the chatters, you have to realize, it's hard for the DJs to really acknowledge everybody because they're already providing the entertainment, right? The music. If because I know there are some chatters who are, to your point, want to get the attention that they want to be they want to be acknowledged, right? But you have
Mhm.
to understand it's hard for somebody playing and then replying to every single chat, especially in Lily's chat. If she replies to all the chat, we're not gonna hear music anymore because that chat is fire. It's just gonna scroll. So
I get
we
sick
we,
of my
we
voice too, though. I'm like,
yeah.
shut up, Lily, stop talking.
No. I mean, I think you're doing a great job on that because I know sometimes for the streamers, you guys feel bad that you really need to acknowledge your community, but it's hard, right? So I think people understand that also, even if you don't acknowledge them. That's why the mods are there. That's why is great. I think Jaybird got that for you,
Yeah,
right?
Jaybird's amazing. But yeah, I definitely try to stop myself if I'm like talking too much because I do feel like I get sick of hear. It's like I want to when I go in people's chats, I actually really do want to hear music, not just them talking the whole time.
Yeah.
Like Jaybird's gonna laugh, but I think like my second to last stream, I was like, I have these CDs from my trip, and I brought up the CDs like 30 times, and I'm like, all right, I don't know why I kept talking about the CDs. Like I was a broken record myself. But yeah, less talking, more music.
Just play
How
the
about
CDs and yeah, just do a set with just play the CDs. You don't even have to mix them
I
in.
have set my
Just talk
computer
about it.
is full of so much music that I really want to do a set where I just clean my laptop with
You
like
can
the
do that
chat.
too, like yeah, like a preps stream or something or clean up. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
like, hey,
great
what do you
idea.
guys think of this track? Or oh, this track is it's like 6,000 tracks in my computer. So
Yeah,
it's
I'm
like
about
to
to do that
organize
too.
that.
I'm gonna delete all
Yeah,
the EDM stuff in that hard drive.
yeah. Oh yeah, it's a lot. But
It's
that would
gonna
be
be.
kind of fun though. But these CDs are awesome. They are gold.
Oh yeah, yeah.
oh yeah,
Those are
yeah.
gold for sure.
And the ones that you showed us, before the show, they're great.
Literally like Gypsy Kings and Eminem, Slim Shady in one box.
Amazing. Those
I've always had eclectic music taste.
those hold value. So take care of those
I
CDs.
have like an old record. That's Herb Albert and the Tijuana Brass. And then
Wow.
I have like it's just the most random things that you have that you keep for years, and then you look back at it and you're like, I wonder if it's worth anything. It's been around for a while. It's vintage now.
Mm.
So obviously you like the older music for yourself, but being a DJ in Vegas, right? How do you keep up with this new music? I mean, do you listen to new music also? Because being a DJ in Vegas, you can't go back to what you just want to play, right? You want to also please the audience, and there's a lot of different demographics there in Vegas. How do you
BPM
keep up?
Supreme.
BPM.
Yeah, that's my
Do you
favorite.
go?
That and Club Killers. So I usually go on there and I like to go. So, for example, I'll go on and Google what is like the current top 40 right now.
Mhm.
And then I'll kind of like go through it. Like, I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of the Beyonce track. I just don't like country, but I still have it in my crates just in
Just in
case.
case. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, but because like people started wanting a lot of country lately, and I actually was offered a country gig, and I'm like, no, I won't do country. Like, I'm
Mm.
not gonna do that much homework. But when it comes to like the
That's
Latin
what I like.
music, yeah, that's just not my vibe. That's like me telling someone to play Latin that doesn't know Latin music.
Mhm.
But I know my strengths and I'm gonna stick to that because I'm not gonna yeah, I can go out of my comfort zone, but in something that I'm at least a little bit familiar with. But country, that just doesn't speak to me. So I don't want to waste my time playing
Gus,
something that I don't
Gus,
like.
you have to tell the story about the kid who kept requesting the country song.
Oh,
You got to tell us the
that's
story.
forgot about that one. Is that the one that I forgot to play his song?
Yeah, you ignored him for 3 years until he graduated, and you still didn't
Yeah,
play his country song.
yeah,
Well,
because we're always
really.
doing high school.
So,
Yeah, well,
Uh,
do
yeah,
you?
we'll live.
How do you handle requests, Lily, on Vegas? That's kind of seems tough. I mean, do you even like how many
do you
requests
take
you actually
Especially
requests?
that casino
It
did
kind
you
floor
of
when
do that?
depends.
yeah.
Yeah. So, like, for example, this is the funny thing. The people that don't request music that just love your vibe are the ones that'll tip you and give you money. Hey, you're
Oh,
doing a great
nice,
job.
Mm.
And they'll
nice.
give you money. The people that want stuff are usually the ones that don't tip you. So usually when people ask me, they'll be like, "Hey, do you take requests?" I'll be like, "If I have it, I'll play it." And then they'll tell
Uh,
me and I'll right off the top of my head, I'll kind of know and then I'll look and let them know. So last night when I played at Foundation Room, the whole decor is very like it's very eccentric. And this lady was like, "Can you play Bollywood?" Sorry, I had to do the accent. It came out on accident.
Do you do the dance also? I thought that you play Bollywood.
It wasn't
Sure.
even on purpose,
Uh,
but like she like
yeah,
asked me for Bollywood music, and I was
yeah,
like, "I'm so sorry," and she's like, "The whole decor's Bollywood." I'm like, "I
yeah.
know." I'm like, "This is literally my first time here." It wasn't, but and I was like, and I'm dominantly a Latin DJ, so I don't have
uh,
Bollywood. I'm like, but I will tell the management that they should start having Bollywood
Yeah.
music.
I
And she's
could
like,
dance for that. They say.
Bollywood
yeah.
noise.
And then she goes, "Okay, can you play
uh,
some J Lo?" And I'm like, "All right, I got you, girl."
There you
you
go.
really have to do that. Do you play
Big
I
fan
never
of
Bollywood?
that
played
girl.
J-Lo, I forgot.
Bollywood
But
to
yeah,
J-Lo, that's really a big spectrum that that it jump. But again,
I mean,
it's
I said I only play Latin music, must have been, like, the only Latin artist she knew.
what's the most
There were
memorable story for a request that you had, in the past year, and
Oh,
you
okay.
always remember, you always tell that story to everybody because it's so damn funny, and people love it.
It's not even funny. It's weird because like, I don't even tell that many stories, to be honest,
We're
like
just better.
yeah, like wait, what's that?
We're just better. So yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, but it's like, I don't really tell that many stories about things, it's weird. I'm like I don't know. Ask Jaybird. What do I even talk about? I don't feel like I tell him all my story because I tell Jaybird all my stories. That doesn't leave me room to talk to anyone else. He's the only person I talk to.
The buffer.
We should
But
have included Jaybird on this conversation.
Yeah, he's my confidant. He knows everything. But I would say I don't think I have too many. The most memorable one that I have is when I first started. I used to play at this place called Jing. And actually I have two memorable ones. And this like Middle Eastern guy came up to me and asked me if I could play a specific track. It was like a Middle Eastern track, and I happened to find it, and he gave
Wow.
me $100 just to play that one track. And I was like, ballin'. So I played that track. He gave me $100. And then he like just came back and gave me like, I think like another like, I don't know, 20 or something. But it was
Mhm.
just random for one track. They went crazy. Ah, la, 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 little like Middle Eastern thing. And so that was like very beginning on. And then the other one was they made me I played a tailgate party at Rhythm and Reefs inside Mandalay, and it was the weirdest thing because it was for I don't even know if you say Notre Dame, I
Mhm.
think. And so there's like literally like 7 to 8 TVs around the whole place, and they're all playing different football like things. And then they're like, look at these screens because when those go off, you're gonna bring the music in. I'm like, so I'm playing music in between all these different games. And
Mhm.
then it was just like the weirdest thing because you had such a mixture of people and you had all these games going on. It was like a shit show. But this guy was like, yo, can you play this, the Notre Dame chant? And I was like, oh, I don't have it. And then this guy came over and he gave me $20. He's like, can you play the Notre Dame chant? And I was like, whatever. I went on Amazon. I bought the whole freaking Notre Dame chant thing. As soon as
Yes.
I play it, people went crazy. And then people kept coming over to tip me. And I was like, okay, that
Good
easy, right?
decision.
Yeah.
And I
Amazon, well spent. Yeah.
I must have
Yeah.
played that same track at least 3 times. And it was just so weird though, because it's like imagine just playing random music in between like all these football games playing. It was a weird gig.
Take note, Michigan fans, you gotta tip your DJ, just like
Right.
the Notre
Yeah.
Dame fans.
They were
Also,
all really nice. It was crazy, but like I I don't know. I just don't feel like I'm the best suited person to play tailgate parties.
right. I think we learned also that you have to have. Imagine if you actually play that Bollywood song. That might be $500.
Nah, she didn't look like she was balling like that. She would probably just be like, "Thank you very much.
Would you like to
Come again."
Would you like to drive ride my
Oh my God.
motorcycle?
You have Gus, you have to have that on your crate. Yeah, Middle Eastern songs and then some Bollywood, and then that's where the money comes in.
I actually
Well,
have
Yeah.
yeah.
Bollywood tracks that drop into electro house, so maybe that will
Oh,
work.
nice.
Yeah,
I think Bollywood culture is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. It's
it's
just not
great.
something I ever thought I would play, but I wouldn't knock it.
The
I
dance,
actually
yeah, the party dancing is great, really. If you watch
yeah.
videos of it, yeah, but you know,
Have you guys been to like an Indian wedding or party? Man,
No.
that's a long
it's
party.
a long party. It's the
Yeah,
weddings
the
are
wedding itself lasts for a
multiple
month.
days. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Jesus
only
Christ.
had
Imagine you're
one
a DJ.
yeah, no, I had like one Indian friend growing up and we used to go to their pizza parties and there was always vegetarian pizza. I remember I was like 10 years old. I'm like, how come they don't eat meat? Where's the pepperoni? But no, I've never been to a wedding. I guess I don't know. The invitation got lost in the mail.
Yeah, chat. If you've been to an Indian wedding or party, just tell us your story on the chat.
Yeah. I think that with Indian weddings also, they will invite you. Every time I get invited all the time, but I have to fly there, right? For a month to go to that wedding. So it's really hard. If you send also like the airfare, I'll go, but I can't go.
Yeah, that'd be so cool. Yeah, no, I feel like anything that has to do with culture is really awesome. I love it. I love
Agree.
learning new things. I love seeing what the other side of the world, how they kind of function. It's a beautiful thing. Culture is, I don't know, one of the most amazing things that we can experience in this lifetime, I think. Because we get so closed off in our box that we forget that people do things in a different manner, you know?
Yep. And it's always fun to learn different culture, to your point. Just all these different things that you don't know even know exist, or these are fun things also. It's not that you call them weird, but it's just like things that you are you're gonna experience because of different cultures everywhere.
Literally
Lily,
foreign.
Yeah. We're gonna let you stay, and we'll go to the next segment of the show where we talk about other things we call beyond the neighborhood, and we would like you to be a part of that, so you can comment on things that sound decisions have found on the internet that we can comment to. So we're gonna go to the next segment called Beyond the Neighborhood. Um, So beyond the neighborhoods, where we talk anything under the sun. DJ Pat always have something, some topics that are great for conversation. So what do we have this week, Pat? And we would like to have Lily participate on some of this, and so she can also get some insights of these um, topics that you have for us this week.
So the theme this week is sports fights. I
Sports
don't know
fight.
how much, I don't I don't know if Lily will appreciate these, but let's start with something more fun. There's this um X account that's called Zillow Gone Wild. So on one of the listings was a house in
Is that a
Arizona.
house?
It's a
I thought
house.
that's
Shooting
like
range.
I thought
It's a
Shooting
I,
range.
It's a type of house that you'll never have to leave. It has a baseball bat cage, cold plunge, dance floor,
Go
studio,
kart.
go kart,
I,
everything you need.
I
20
thought it's a
million
club.
bucks.
How
Yeah,
much?
look, 20 million bucks. Look at that closet.
Damn.
So,
Only 5 bedrooms for 20 million? Wow.
oh yeah,
Oh, and
six
it's in
baths and
Gilbert,
5 bedrooms.
Arizona.
Okay,
Crazy.
so
The
But
med
you
there
have
you
spa that I
go.
six
worked
bat,
at is in
six
Gilbert.
bat though.
Look at the sim.
Interesting.
Check out that sim.
Look, is
Wow.
that the kitchen? Oh my god! Is that a wait? Is that a
VR
gaming
room.
like
There's a
chairs?
yeah, the gaming room's a VR type room. And I had to speed it up because there's 120
So,
photos.
so I thought originally this was like a club, right? Or people go to get membership. I mean, I bet you if I get his house, I will ask people to go here and pay for membership.
Yeah.
Have you seen this? How big this house is?
That
It's
is
ridiculous.
gorgeous.
It is
It's,
gorgeous, isn't it? Like that goat cart track alone is just whole day of fun.
Yeah, that's
can
nice.
we can we do an Airbnb here and rent this for an NBHD meetup? I bet you if we show this house and this is where we're all gonna be meeting up for NBHD, people will come. You got basketball, you got go kart, big pool. Lily could DJ on one of those, ledges there on the pool. This
I
is
wonder if they give you a discount in the summertime because since it's in Gilbert, it's like stupid hot.
Uh,
Maybe they do, but it's for
Yeah.
sale, so maybe one of our audience can buy it and rent it out.
isn't that
Jaybird. Jaybird's gonna buy it.
Jaybird.
isn't that isn't that
Oh,
cheap though for 20 million? Or I
what's
feel like
what's
it should be
Gilbert
more.
like, Lily? Is it an expensive town or is it a country out in the
It's a
desert?
newer city. So when I first moved to Arizona, Gilbert didn't really exist. Actually, one of my brothers lived in Gilbert and it was literally like cow city. It like you
mm,
had to like drive out and it smelled like cows. Um but it's really developed now. I actually managed the med spa that I used to manage was in Gilbert and everything's pretty new out there. But yeah, it's just like it's new, it's clean, but it's still Arizona, so it's not like and it's like the east side of Arizona, so it's a
Gee,
nice area. My mom actually lives in the East Valley, so it's probably like 10-15 minutes from there. And I would say the thing with Arizona though is like it's a pretty newer city, but there's no like beach. If you want to go see nature, you got to go for a little bit. It's kind of like Vegas, except it's a lot bigger. Phoenix is
I
really
see.
big.
So
Yeah.
with that in mind, I'm gonna ask you guys, what is your dream home that that's attainable? That's not like this, but attainable. A dream house, and where's the location for you guys?
Ooh, who
I
wants
know
to
my
go
answer.
first?
you go
Okay,
ahead,
you go
Lily.
first.
You go.
Here you go first. Is it
Gus.
Oh, I'll go first. I mean, my dream house is because my wife must be watching or somewhere in here. Yeah, my dream house is my house today. So, yep, I'm happy where I
wow?
live
You
right
play
now.
safe. You play
What a
Yes.
safe,
safe
dude.
answer,
I love it.
dude.
Your dream house is in Midland, Michigan. That, and this
Yes.
is anywhere in the world, right? This question is anywhere in the world.
Oh wait, anywhere in the. Oh wait,
Yeah,
I
my
wanna
question
live
is
in.
anywhere in the world.
Okay,
Anywhere.
I wanna live in Santorini in Greece, but
Wow.
yeah,
That's definitely not Midland, not like Midland.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But that's my second choice. Midland is my first. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Let's see. Should I do mine?
you
Yeah,
can.
Yeah.
sure. Go ahead.
I think my dream home would be back in San Diego, where I'm originally from. And I would probably choose La Jolla, which is like my favorite beach area.
Ooh, gotta go
And
sports there too, right?
yeah, it's just like I love Hawaii and I'd love to live in Hawaii, but for some reason, like it does feel very disconnected from the rest of like I remember the first time I went to Hawaii, I was in high school and I would fall asleep and I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I'm in the middle of nowhere
Hmm.
and like I'm just surrounded by water. But now that I'm a little bit older, I used to always say, "Oh, I don't want to die where I was born." But now that I've like lived a little bit more life, I do think that San Diego, going back home to my roots, because every time I'm there, there's something nostalgic about like where I grew up, the city itself. Like it sucks that California is kind of like right now, like everything
San
that they're
Diego's
doing to
not
the poor
bad at
state.
all.
But yeah, San Diego, it's like that's the thing with like LA and San Francisco. San Diego kind of sits on its own all the way in the south
Hmm.
and all the beaches are close to each other. So definitely La Jolla. And I really like I'd be down with like a cute little modest home. Maybe like I do feel like I would need 4 to 5 bedrooms because Poopy would need a little room for himself. I would need a streaming content room. And my parents had this balcony growing up that kind of looked out to, you could actually see the Coronado Bridge. So I would love to have like a little balcony with a nice view. I love where I live now, but I live in a high rise. And it's like, as much as I love living in a high rise because I'm by myself, it's for safety reasons. But if I was, sharing a home with someone, it would be nice to live closer to the beach. So that's my dream home. Nothing crazy, just 5 bedroom home in La Jolla.
There
Sounds
you go.
perfect.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
where I think close to Black Beach where we trek down.
Yes, Naked
Yeah.
Man Beach.
Naked Man Beach. Let's
That's what
go.
they call it,
I
Naked
didn't,
Man
didn't
Beach.
go I didn't go naked though. I just went to
Why you bring up a naked beach, Gus? That's the one you're gonna bring up because you
No,
That's
because
wanna.
what
I
it's known
remember that
for.
because it's a long
The Blacks Beach.
hike.
You have to hike to
Yeah,
the
I have
naked
to
part.
hike all the way
Yeah.
down just
I
to.
did I did see a man butt out there one time. No
We
women,
did
just man
when.
butts.
You don't have to go far. Just have to go to Gus's stream.
Oh.
My turn.
Mr. Coops.
Yeah. I'm gonna play say. I think it's in line to what Seymour said. My dream house is whatever my wife's dream house is.
Oh my gosh. The
No,
Kusa
but
Nation.
yeah. Just to be safe. No. All seriousness. We want to go somewhere that's not too cold and not too hot, right? Somewhere near the mountains. That's what my wife wants to kind of get a house, not a big house. A house that probably has what I got 3 kids and so 4 bedroom so that each of they can bring their family and everybody just to fit us. Nothing big. Big is it's nice to have a big a house, but it's hard to maintain. Also, like you don't really need it. We're a tight knit. We want to be close to each other. You don't want a house that you won't see them, right? You want to be in that one room where you can all hang out. For us, right now, it's the kitchen, so just enough for us to kind of mingle.
Yep.
That's my dream house right now.
So for the audience, check out the Zillow Gone Wild on X. There's a ton of content over there. It's not just mansions. There's also plain old houses, but they renovated them and they're nice.
But I'm
Really.
telling you though, that house that you put out here in Philly, That's right. 50 mil.
That's an
Close.
NBA
Mm.
Yeah,
player type
that's
knowledge.
like
Yeah.
that because I mean
It's a
that's
lot of
cheap.
acres
I guess
too. There's not
you
enough.
see the land around it also.
Yeah.
I think what Lily said it's like it's a cow not cow pasture, but you like it's like there's a lot of land there, so that's
Yeah.
probably why
Yeah.
it's also cheap.
Yeah. From what
All right.
I understand, it's a former Major League Baseball player who used to own the place, and now
Wow.
it's for
That's right.
sale.
A lot of like baseball play or NBA players lived in Arizona when I was out there. I remember I went to school. I don't know what player it was, but I went to school with because I finished high school in Arizona. I did my last 2 years out there, and one of the girls, her dad was a basketball player.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like,
Ooh.
yeah. So Arizona, I know like Ice
I
T and
wonder who
Coco
that
live
is.
out there too.
I
They live in
wonder.
AZ.
I wonder if it's an NBA player because I used to be a Phoenix Suns fan.
Me too.
So
Yeah.
I love
it might
Nash.
be one of the Suns guys.
Yeah, I love
Speaking
Steve
of
Nash.
speaking of the Phoenix Suns fans, I have video here of Kevin Durant.
I think I know that story. So I think what happened
Go for
there
it.
is I've been reading for that. So apparently you saw Durant running, right? That woman called him a bitch, and that's why he went back and say what are you saying? So that if you look at that woman, it's like hey, high five, yeah,
Yeah, trying to shake the hands and
shake
trying
the
to make
hands
it
and
right.
everything.
Yeah.
So I guess I know they're paying fans, but sometimes you don't call. I think he probably used like another word, but calling Kevin Durant the bitch, that did not sound right for him, and he has to talk to that and explain that what you're doing is not right. Actually, the security after that they're trying to get them out, kick them out, but I think Durant said don't kick them out, so he actually went
So
the high
that
route.
so
Yeah,
there's more to the story than that. KD went above and beyond and
yeah. So
didn't have to
I mean,
kick them out.
he said something, but he did not ask them to get kicked out. 'Cause some other players they're gonna get
Because
those guys
yeah,
kicked
the
out.
NBA now has a policy when you strike once with any type of word or expletive directed to a player, you're out. There's not even an investigation or whatever. So these people got lucky and they had to stay because there's a Miami Heat fan at the New Orleans game where there was also a fight. He got kicked out, but he was the wrong guy, so they sent him back in the arena and he could
No,
continue the game. So
Lily, in any of your events, did you ever get a chance to ask the security to get this guy out because he's being rude
kick
to you?
people
Do you
out.
ever get that
Yeah.
kicked out?
That happened more when I was go-go dancing. Not so much with DJing, but definitely with go-go dancing. I actually like pushed some people myself. Not that I'm like too proud of it, but it is pretty funny. Oh, I
Yeah,
actually
because
cracked the girl's head open, and I
crack,
took a long break.
Crack.
Yeah, I took a long break after that because I felt really bad about that.
Mm.
I think I was
oh,
like really
wait,
grumpy because like it had been a rough week. And this
yeah,
girl, I was dancing and she came up to me. It was like at Jaybird would know. It used to be I'm blanking on the name. It's the one that was like right off of Scottsdale. I had a couple different names. Something Ranch, Martini Ranch. It was Martini Ranch, and then they switched it to something else. But they had a 2-story, and it was like the little go-go boxes were actually on the floor. So you were
mhm.
very accessible. Like back in the day, we used to dance on really high platforms, which was also really dangerous because like people would grab you. But
Mm.
in this moment, this girl literally just pushed me. And luckily I
Wow.
landed on my feet, but I was like on adrenaline. I was so upset that I found her and I pushed her. And when I pushed her, you saw it in the camera. I went to grab her because I immediately felt terrible about it. And as I went to grab her, she like went back and like hit her head on the table. And I
Oh, look
like,
at that.
yeah, and but she was on ecstasy. So she didn't get any medical help. She declined medical help and her head was like bleeding, but she
Bleeding.
declined medical help because she was on drugs. So
Oh, so she didn't
yeah,
want
You
to
said,
didn't
you
want to
said
be tested.
camera. So
they
it's
showed
not
it back to me on
you know?
camera because I had to go to the manager's. I went straight to the manager's office after that happened, and then he talked to me because he's like, okay, she's not going to press charges. Like he's like, what happened? Because he saw it
Yeah.
on camera and he played it back for me, and he's like, I can tell you kind of had a second guess about it. I'm like, yeah, like I reacted. I didn't think about it. Obviously, if someone physically does that to you, you're gonna react. And I did. And then I felt like really bad about what happened. But she declined medical help. So they weren't sued. I wasn't sued. But I did take a long break after that because I think that I felt really bad about it. And I didn't like the fact that like my anger got the best of me. And I remember at one point at Mint, there was this guy that came up to me and also asked me something one time. And I also like pushed him and he fell kind of like between the thing. But it's like, that's why, like, I don't know. I think that was like towards the end of my go-go dancing before I got into festivals. I took an extended break. I always took breaks in between because that also burnt me out. It's like you're so accessible to people. People are always filming you. People are always trying to like grab you. And yeah, so as much as I liked go-go dancing, Jaybird I actually met. He was the first like one of the first venues I danced at, Access Radius, back in the day in Scottsdale. He was like one of the head of securities there. So he knows how people are. It's you're very accessible to the public, and then when that happens too many times in a row, you just get like
Yep.
emotional and yeah.
Mm.
And plus the alcohol also, right? So you see that
Not for me,
ladies
but for them.
no,
Yeah,
no,
I
for
never
them.
drink.
No,
You
that's what I've said. The alcohol for them. They feel like they can do anything to, and they're
Exactly.
paying customers to do that.
Yeah.
And having said that, I know there's a lot of sports event, even golf, like the one at Waste Management is also in. That's also in Scottsdale, right? Where they actually allow this stadium to and people to drink. Do you guys think that they should regulate the alcohol on this type of events? Not on bar. I don't know how you can regulate that, but at least
It's
on
not
these sport
even.
events.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It even if you regulate it, there's a lot of pre-gaming going on. They're just gonna
Mhm.
drink before.
And
I
I
mean,
think like
tailgate.
obviously people
Yeah.
do it for money. They're money motivated. So I don't think they care too much about people's health and well-being. They just care about
Yeah,
making money.
that's
Yeah,
true
absolutely.
though. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all the profit, right? So profit
Mhm.
making, and then and whatever happens afterwards, I don't think
Mhm.
they care about that. All right. Any
Okay.
other thing that you want to show us?
Yeah,
With that?
I want to show one more thing because I think we have time for this. This is another violent related video on
Why
that
everything's so
happened in
violent
sport.
today?
I don't know.
I
I'm
showed a
sorry,
violent
Lily.
story.
I'm sorry, Lily. We know
It's
you.
not you,
Usually these
Lily.
are
It's not you.
soft topics. Everything is violence today.
Here we go.
And with, oh no, this is not good. This is really not good. We've got punches being thrown. This is really bad. Oh my
Jesus.
goodness.
Full team fight. Coaches in the middle of it. Wouldn't be surprised. Someone got a nick on the face there.
This is not what you want to see after.
That close.
Now
Wow.
I'm interested in this
This
story.
game.
Why the hell did they? I mean, I know they don't like losing. What the hell happened there?
Remember these handshake lines. In my point of view, we gotta get rid of this because people are still emotional,
Mhm.
and when you have to handshake the opposing team, things can happen.
Wait. So this happened because the game is
And
over, and then
Yeah.
they were doing the handshake.
And must have been said. So in sports, I think maybe starting at U18, U17, let's get rid of the handshakes because they're just gonna cause
I
fights.
sorry, I kind of disagree on that. I mean, it's
You can
sports, right?
go for it.
Yeah, because I think again, depending on the person, right? Win or
Dude,
lose,
the emotions are so high. The
but
emotions.
but I get that, but I think also that as a person, just like everything else, right? Not just losing on sports, just losing a conversation, having a debate. You have to take that, you know, you can't be too emotional and result to
Look at
violence. What
yeah,
are we
yeah,
thinking?
but look at soccer, look at football, look at soccer. There's no handshake like at the end of the game. People go in the center field, they shake hands with the other people who they want to see. They're all, they're probably friends outside the field. There's never been fights after games. The fights are usually in the game, and when the final whistle blows, it's all over. I remember when I was still coaching in the Philippines, the biggest fight I've ever seen. It was a game two championship game between JRC and Letron, and there was a big fight at in the first half, and then there was an hour delay, and then the teams came back. Letran had a insurmountable lead. People got heated again, and they started fighting. And the worst part, spectators were involved. So I have never seen stuff flying at me from the stands. There's umbrellas, coins, water bottles with piss,
Dude,
belts, shoes. They were thrown. I was in the tunnel because I wanted a quick exit, and I had access to the game with the other Letron people. So that was a big fight, and they had to stop the game. They didn't end the game. They gave the championship to the other team. That was the
Wh-
biggest fight I've ever seen.
When was that?
That's a long time ago. That's like
Oh.
99, I think. So obviously, this was before the Pistons. Who was that? Pacers
Palace.
fight.
Chris,
Yeah.
Indiana.
Malice at
Yep,
the Palace. Yep.
The Malice
yeah.
at the Palace.
Malice
This
at the
was
Palace.
before
Oh,
that.
the choking. Yep,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So after the Malice in the Palace, a lot of these venues had security measures so that the spectators won't get involved. So it was crazy.
I was wondering, okay, this might be a little left field, but this was my thought.
Go for it.
Even
Yep,
though
go
that
ahead,
was a
yep.
long time ago, I was thinking if it's a generational thing, because like now this generation is like, oh, you hurt my feelings. You shouldn't do that. Like, I just feel like we've raised people to be a bunch of babies that are constantly like, you did this to me. You need to be like, you did this, you did that. And I feel like both men and women do that. Like, I'm in my 30s, like late 30s, and I feel like the 10-year generation, even younger than that, like the early 20s, they're just raised to feel like you're the victim, you're constantly the victim. So like if you put that into sportsmanship where you have these really big egos and people are like, oh, like they go in there already being competitive.
Mm.
And so if
Yeah.
they lose, they put all that emotion into it. Cause like I played softball growing up for
Yeah.
lots of years and I've never been a competitive person. So it was always like, no big deal. High five. Good game. Good game. Good game. Good. You don't even think about it. Good game. Good game. Good game.
Right.
But now I feel like people are hyper aware of like, I need to be someone in society. I like social media has just driven everyone to be so aware of themselves and who they want to be in society, who they are in society. If you're not somebody, you're nobody. I just feel like it might also be a generational thing where it's like what Jaybird said, like poor sportsmanship, but also an emotional, egotistical thing where people put more emotions into it than they really have to. And living in a society where everyone kind of tends to make themselves the victim more now than they used to before. Like it's more open now where people is like, oh no, you are a victim. This happened to you. And I don't know, like if that
No,
kind
no,
of makes
100%.
That's
100%.
true.
I think
That's true. Yeah.
that's where I'm coming from. Like, again, it's generation, and also the world we live in, right? We are so magnified. I like what you said, like, oh, everybody has to be somebody, right? I think with social media and everything, like, I can be, I want to be famous. I can put my video and even doing dumb things, to just to become famous because that's what people are actually going for. That's their goal, right? And the reason why I'm saying they should still say can because I'm going on a generation that if I lose, it builds character for me. It means that I'm gonna learn from it. I'm gonna be better afterwards, right? I'm not gonna take out on emotions of somebody telling me I'm a loser. I lost it. Take it as a man, during our generation, and I will be better the next time around. Yeah,
I
but
feel like we
100% of it.
glorify. Yeah, I feel like we glorify stupidity and there isn't as much like backbone now as there was before. And as much as we want to teach the newer generation to have integrity, to be strong, it's like, okay, this is weird, but like I saw this one thing where they're like, millennials are invincible because we grew up on microplastics. It's like we could like go play in the dirt, we could go eat lunchables, we could do all this shit, and we're invincible, nothing happened, we're fine. But now it's like, oh my god, don't eat that, don't drink the water. It's like everything is like, oh, so delicate. And we want to teach the next generation to be a little bit more tough, but I don't know what's going on. I just feel like the generation is getting so much information from social media, from online, like they don't even know where to look for the true source anymore. And then parents like work, they just give you the iPad, you get curious, like I don't even know what's going on with the younger generation. But I do feel like this huge disconnect where like they're not as, I don't know, like they don't value the same things that we kind of do, if that makes sense. Like you said, like good
No.
sportsmanship, like it's not that hard to be a decent person. But nowadays the celebrities and the people that are glorified, they're kind of like trash, like Ice Spice and all this
Yeah,
stuff. It's like not
agree.
to be mean and throw shade, but like everything is like different now than it was 10-20 years ago. And it's a lot because of social media, because everything is accessible, it's in your face. And young people are very impressionable, so they grow up to be what they see online, right?
And that's why
Absolutely.
parents like me also scared about this, right? So that's why I guess us going back then, you know what it is. It's for us to teach our kids, right? It's not everything that you see in social media is correct. There are things that you've probably seen on your phone that doesn't make sense. So I guess for me as a parent, that's where I'm kind of careful, and then I still let them experience things, make them mistakes, and let them lose sometime. Because for me, losing is part of learning. That's just the human nature of learning. You make a mistake, you lost, and then you understand it and be
You
better.
learn. Yeah.
Yep. All right. So, any other topic? Any other violence that we want to show Lily today?
Oh man, I have a lot more, but that's about it today.
I
Well,
want to see
Lily,
midgets fighting.
yeah,
Please.
that'll be fun. Well, Lily, thank you so much. We're gonna let you go. We already held you more than 1 hour. We said it was only gonna
Yeah.
be 1 hour, but thank you so much for guesting on this show. It's really fun. And I hope you had a great time just chatting with us. Outside of just listening to Twitch, seeing us on chat. I hope this was a good experience for you.
It was. Thank you. It was so nice to actually see like a face to a name. And I
Yeah.
appreciate you guys, being supportive of me as well. And congratulations on doing this, doing it on Spotify. And that's a big step. That's awesome. So I hope everything keeps, growing for you guys. I'm going to try to be a lot more active and always supporting any way that I can. So again, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate your time, and congrats on everything. Oh, should I say it? Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you.
Thank you again, Lily.
Yeah,
Thank
we,
you.
we will keep supporting you. We'll see you on your stream. But before we let you go, can you promote anything that you're doing, whether it's IRL on Twitch? What's next for you? Let the audience know.
Oh wow, I don't even know. I mean, I'm working this weekend. I'll be at Tao, I'll be at Virgin. Those seems to be like my residencies at the moment. And other than that, I feel like March, I'm going to try to take a little bit of a breather. My mom leaves tomorrow evening, and then I think I actually have to go to work on Wednesday. Thursday, I was going to try really, really hard to do like a stream because I haven't really streamed that much this month, but that's up in the air. It's like the one day I get off because then I go back to work. So I don't know.
Well,
I guess stay tuned.
hopefully next Sunday you can jump on an NBHD Sunday. So I'll have Boyji reach out to you. Hopefully, you can jump on the 190-minute set for us.
Yeah, just let me know. I do work on Saturday, but actually no, yeah. I work Saturday, but I'm not off late. It's like a middle of the day type of thing. So it should work perfect.
Well, thank you so
Nice.
much again. Say hi to Mama Lily, and
Enjoy your
great
time
to
with your
have
mom.
you. Yeah, have a great time. That's always been precious. The whole precious, to have your parents, with you. And again, thank
Family's
you
the
so
most
much.
important thing.
Yes, exactly. And Gus, you want to say something to Lily? Again, you've been quiet lately. I'm not sure why.
I'm talking. Thank you, Lily. Thank you.
Thank you for being so entertaining.
Thank you so much, Lily. And everybody, better say bye to Lily. Thanks, Lily.
Bye. Have a good night, guys. See you soon.
Bye. All right, that's been fun, guys. So we go to the last segment of the show. We're gonna go overtime again, but hopefully we can get to these no dumb questions that everybody's been waiting for. So I'm just gonna run the reel before we start the no dumb question segment. So Gus, what do we have for today on No Dumb Question? There's one there on our script. If you want to if you want to start with that.
Okay, let's see. Yeah. So if I guess the first question is if you will be sorted for a house on Harry Potter, what house do you think will be? How about Twitch neighborhood crew? Yep. So I guess which house would you be? I guess.
So, so this is a Harry Potter question. I always want to be sorted on the Slytherin house. I'm not a Gryffindor. I don't consider myself a Gryffindor, so I'm always been a Slytherin just because I think my character belongs there. How about you, Gus? If you're gonna be sorted,
Actually, I'm gonna be the same thing, Slytherin, because I kind of didn't like Gryffindor, honestly. I'm I like the the bad guys, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, then
DJ
I'll go against you guys. I'll go Gryffindor. I just like the name.
just like that.
Wait,
So
how many houses are there? There's
Yeah.
there's four. There's four houses.
four.
The Slytherin,
Okay.
Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, and Hufflepuff.
Audience, if you want to chime in, what's your favorite?
what-
Oh wait. So
Which
Hufflepuff
house
is the one where the people that what's that muggles are with?
No, the Muggles are. If you're a Muggle, you can go everywhere. But I'm going to ask you a question though. Make it fun. So on the NBHD OGs, the original crew, if you're gonna sort them, where do you think they will be on? I will start with where are you gonna sort Sonic Boom? This,
I kind of like Hufflepuff because it's kind of like sounds boom. Sonic Boom, Hufflepuff.
Puff
There you
versus
go, huh?
Boom.
Yeah.
okay, so that's Sonic Boom's a Hufflepuff. How about Boy G?
Mm.
Wait, hold on. Before Boy G, how about Lily? Where do you think Lily will be sorted?
For me, Lily would be Ravenclaw. Lily, the Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw. Actually,
Yeah, it's
Ravenclaw is a cool. It's a lot of people want to Ravenclaw. How about Boy G? Where do you think Boy G will be? Sorted.
Boy G.
Boy
I guess
G's on
Gryffindor.
Fortnite.
I guess
Boy G's on Fortnite.
Yeah, Boy G.
It's a
Frondor.
Gryffindor.
Boy G. Gryffindor.
Boy
Yeah.
Gryffindor.
Boy G. Gryffindor. Yeah, there you go.
How about Grace? Where's Grace?
It's easy. Look, Grace Slytherin.
Grace. No, she likes actually Ravenclaw. Right? I don't know why. But,
Oh, she likes her. Okay.
Achiglib says he wants a Gryffindor, but I think Achiglib is more of a Slytherin for me. I don't know, for some reason.
Slytherin.
Yeah. Edwin Makabuhay is definitely a Hufflepuff.
Yeah. That one
that's
is.
for sure.
Yeah.
That's
I agree on that one.
All right. This is really dumb now. So let's go to the next question. Who else has a question on the audience?
Let's see.
Let's go to our resident question, no dumb question maker.
Nutmeg and Spice.
What's
Oh,
nutmeg and
yeah.
spice? Go ahead. What is the
Can you
strongest
read?
animal you can fight and win? Shoot.
Ooh, shoot.
Is that a quick Um, how about you, Gus?
I'm oof. Like realistically or like on your on my
Well, you
mind.
can realistically, what's the realistically and then
You can answer
theoretically? Is
both.
that what you're saying?
Yeah, because on my mind, I think I can fight a bear and I think I can win. Like
I
a
gotta say,
big bear. Like I'm like who's that?
Leonardo
Leonardo
DiCaprio,
DiCaprio.
dude. I have the
Yeah.
same thing. My
Yeah.
Leonardo
Yeah.
DiCaprio in me
Yeah.
tells
Yeah.
me I can
Yeah.
fight a bear and win.
Yeah. But then in
What's
real
that
life,
movie?
I think it's only a pig. I can go as fast as a pig. Pig. Yeah, pig I can win probably. But then
Dude,
no
have you
pig
seen
are no
Pig are
pig are
big?
hard because
The
no
wild
like
pigs
Have
are
you
gonna
seen
be tough.
like the
have you seen the
little
big pig?
pigs.
That's-
The the the, the piglets is,
Yeah.
Are you
The
talking
you
about
pig.
can
the three
defeat.
little pigs?
Yeah.
How about you, Pat?
I
What's
think
the strongest enemy?
again, unrealistically, grizzly bear, a lion. I think we can defeat those. Uh, those two, I guess.
Realistically,
I mean, you could never win against a hippo. They can chop off your head and eat you. They can crush a watermelon. So just imagine them crushing your head. So no chance against a hippo.
But they're vegetarian, right?
Oh, so
so
we have
what?
a chance.
Yeah.
There's actually a
Hippo. Oh wait,
video. Yeah, there's
really?
a video in India. I think there's a security guard slapping the hippo, and the hippo just backs off and goes back to the water.
Why did he
That's
slap him?
dangerous.
Because you know why? I
Because
know why.
he's trying to go over the barrier and trying to go to
Uh,
the. So
I thought he re-
not a good
I thought
idea.
he re- I thought he requested Bollywood. That's why.
Ah,
Oh my goodness. All right, let's go to the next one. Any other dumb question? Or just end this
Wait,
right now.
wait.
he has more.
Yeah.
Okay, I always wanted to ask this one. Rent versus own a house.
Rent versus
Ooh, Brent.
own
This is a
house.
financial question that we can have a whole episode to talk about.
Wow. Rent or own a house? Oh, I'll definitely own because there's a lot more advantage in owning a house. And even financial reason, you even sell it. So definitely own.
Yeah, to
I'm not
gain
sure it's gonna
equity.
say rent though. Well,
Equity.
if I'm although I would say if I'm renting that same house in Arizona and I'm gonna live there and I'm renting it to the same mortgage that I'm paying right now, I might just rent that house.
Which makes sense because you're gonna save so much on entertainment. You're almost not gonna
Yeah.
leave. You're spending the same amount that you spend now, but you get these entertainment built in the house. Yeah, right. That works. Gus, I think
Yeah,
I'll
for me
rent.
it's
I think I'd
also
rent.
me now. I guess own a house, but I kind of like own a lake house, but then rent for my living, right? Like
For your
just for
day to
yeah
day
for day to day.
work
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
life.
interesting. Oh, that's actually
yeah,
interesting.
It's the best
yeah,
of
yeah,
both worlds, really, because the
yeah.
lake house probably has a higher value that you gain equity, and then you just rent for convenience. You're renting a place for your
Yeah.
daily. I said rent because I just want to move around more, like to go from place to place. But it's ridiculous nowadays, housing costs. So it don't matter whether you rent or buy. They're gonna be expensive.
See, because how many years already are we working remote? If I could have sold my house, buy a lake house, and then work from there, and then drive to the office, like if I need to.
2020, 2020
Yeah,
was
see, I should have. I probably have a lake house already, right? But
okay.
I
All right.
didn't know.
Should move on to this next question
Oh,
because
this is a good one. Caramella, how are you? Have you certified this question with Federico? I just want to make sure before we answer, did Fed already answer this question for you? So,
You think?
uh, do you think you can be a foot model and get paid a lot for it, and why? Gus, this is question that you have to answer first.
Um, I think I can be a foot model, and I can get paid a lot for it because my feet are like they're the it's like I don't know how do you say it. It's like your hands. The it's long. The
It's
maybe I can
long.
just show it. Yeah, what's
Your
that? You
feet
know.
is long.
No, we have to pay for that.
Wait,
Okay.
wait. You know what they say when your foot is long, right? It's tantamount to something else that's long, right?
To
You know the
schlong,
saying.
the long is schlong.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I do have a foot fetish because I keep on doing my wife's what do you call that? What do you call
Uh,
that?
what do you,
The foot
you do,
scrub. Yeah,
be careful
foot
with your
scrub.
wife's what, right? Okay, all right. What do
Foot scrub. I always do that. Yeah.
you
So
scrub your wife's
recapping what
foot
he
Yeah.
said, Gus has a foot fetish,
fetish?
but to be careful, he just does service to his wife.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
want to make sure.
We're
Foot
just
Yeah,
gonna
no,
fetish
do
is
no
that.
for your wife.
pedicure, Caramela. I don't do pedicure. I can do mertayulet.
Summer Thailand only. Oh, hey. But that's in the Philippines. The Mertile is just for men, right? You don't do the nail polish. Basically, you just use that, and then that's how they clean it, right?
Yeah, actually, I think it's also to disinfect, right? Because in here in the states, they don't clean everything. They don't do the ingrown and stuff because they're afraid of like making you like bleed or something.
Wait. You go here in the States to get your nails done?
No,
Well,
because they
well, how? What are you saying? They don't do it. How did you know
I
that?
I, I look I no
Look
when
at who?
I look at people. I look at the Vietnamese. They don't clean the feet well.
Who do you look at? So you don't go there to get your nails done. So you bring your wife and then you watch
Yeah,
as they.
yeah,
Right,
yeah,
okay, all right.
yeah,
Just want to make
yeah,
sure.
Just wanna make it clear because
Just want to
in this
make
show,
clear. I mean, what are you doing on a and then why Vietnamese? Like it's,
it's
it's
the people in the mall. They're all from Vietnam.
they're all Vietnamese. Did you ask them if they're Vietnamese
Yeah,
or
yeah,
they
yeah.
yeah,
they're be
yeah.
Korean?
In this city, they monopolize the nail service industry from
The
the
nail
Vietnamese.
industry.
Yeah, so it could be different
Oh,
in
in
other cities.
other
Yeah,
malls, it could be different. Yeah,
Better
but in
Call
our
In
Saul.
another mall. In
So
another malls.
so in the
yeah,
show
but in
Better
our
Call
mall, it's
Saul,
What another
Vietnamese.
town, another mall.
yeah, remember the show
What,
Better Call Saul? I think the shop, the
that
salon
the
was owned by
office, yeah.
Vietnamese. Yeah.
His office behind the Vietnamese, yeah, nail polish.
I
Wait,
want to ask the chat: is Mertiolet still being used nowadays? I think this. I think Mertiolet contains mercury,
Yeah, I
which
think it's
can
banned
be.
in the US or in other
Oh,
countries.
so there you go. So
Yeah,
that
yeah,
that
I
why
think.
they
yeah,
still doing it in this band another? Jesus Christ, right? So
yeah.
speaking of foot, right? So I just saw Caramella and Edwin's foot job board was almost banned. So Edwin Makabuhay, what's a foot job for you? What does foot job means? Yeah, to Caramel. So what do you mean by foot job?
He said hard to define,
Easier
easier
to
to
do.
demonstrate. Hmm. Hmm.
So do you use two feet or 1 foot to do your foot job?
Hmm. Two
Wait,
toes.
hold on a second. Do you do the job for yourself using your foot? Is that how you do it?
This is the
Foot job,
conservative answer.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is the
Foot job
conservative
equal
answer.
pedicure. Yeah, okay. Actually, stay there. All right. Any other questions
Okay.
before we end this? I think that's it.
I think we
Yeah.
should end
will-
it on the.
Yeah, I
on
think
the-
we should
so
end on
we're
that
gonna
foot
end
job
the
note.
show on the
Yeah.
foot job note, right? So thank you, everybody. That's it for today's episode. Like we said, we're gonna end it on the foot job. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you again, Lily Rose. Please follow Lily Rose if you haven't, and support her stream. And again, guys, we're gonna be coming back for more guests, more discussion, more stories. We're gonna mix it up with different people. Next week, we're gonna have Newhouse and DJ JFP. Both are Canadian DJs. It's gonna be a lot of more on probably a lot of spicy discussion about male DJs. Thank you so much. Again, this is Mr. Coops. Saying goodbye, good night. This is the guys next door, where talk is cheap and the labs are priceless. Thank you, everybody. Have a good
Thank
night.
you.
Have a good week ahead of you
Good
guys.
night.
Thank you.
Foot by
Qwin,
everyone. Yeah.
there you go. Happy foot job, Edwin.
I've tried 1,000 tries, and maybe other guys, I'll never compromise. And now I realize I've tried 1,000 tries, and maybe other guys. I've tried 1,000 tries. I've tried 1,000 tries.
Thank you, everybody. Boy G, we're just gonna end the show. Thank you. Don't worry about rating. See you guys on Twitch. All right, Boy G, go ahead. You can rate with MCTJ, man. We're good.